No proof, I'm a lie about a more than no proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like under the city, the driver's side floor. Gucci a large, so many more, 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as could be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch, this one time for the text, this one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody. Tobin and Leroy are here with you. That was kind of 4 words in one.
5-game win streak!
Yeah!
We're back.
The Wizards, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, this Jordan Poole really thinks he's something, huh? I mean, he really thinks he's something.
He's the epitome of looter in a riot.
Wow. He's sitting here and like to sit there and gesture down 25. That takes some stones. I got to give it to him. His delusion is really at a certain place, but I guess what do you do to make life sane when you're a Wizard? I don't know.
There you go.
I don't know. I tell you who I don't feel bad for at all, though.
Who's that?
Marcus Smart.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, he stole a defensive player.
Stole a defensive player of the year. Enjoy Tyler Hero cooking him every single time. That'll bring me great joy.
There's a couple of players in the league that we think of, and the end is coming. One is Chris Middleton, and the other one is Marcus Smart.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can see, besides that name, they ain't the players they used to be.
No, it definitely feels like Marcus Smart. And even Eric Reed was almost reading his like basketball eulogy yesterday. Like Eric Reed will do this where he is like, he'll do this with Blake Griffin where he goes, Blake Griffin, not what he used to be.
Oh yeah.
And it's just
when he does a finger roll instead of a dunk.
Yeah. But he was doing that yesterday with Marcus Smart. Rightfully so. He is he was getting cooked by Tyler Hero. It really wasn't close. And I'm sure there is a part of him that is basketball sad being where he's at right now.
I mean, I'm not gonna feel bad if you play in the NBA for any team and make 30, 40 million a year.
Does he make that much?
Marcus Smart?
How much does Marcus Smart
I bet he
make?
makes 20 plus.
He probably does make 20 plus. When you went 40, I was like, that seems strong. But he probably does make it. He's probably got to be like on the last year or something like that. Right?
Okay, so yeah. 20 million.
About 20 million.
About 20 million.
Is this the last year? No, he's got one more year, 21 and a half.
So that means he's getting traded.
Eesh.
That's great.
Chris Middleton got more than that, though, right?
Chris Middleton, I feel like, has more than that. Yeah, Chris Middleton feels like he got one of those big, juicy contracts after they won the championship. I would venture to guess he's probably in the 35 range.
31 this year.
31?
I know. I saw the stink face. I know what that means. Stink face. You give the stink face the contract. That's at least 25.
Yeah. Next year, 34.
Well, let's get to headlines here brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Doral Hyundai, choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai models and inventory at the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. And remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. Don't get got today. It's April Fool's.
Oh, I almost did.
Let me tell you.
I saw a couple tweets and I was like, what?
There's a couple of things that we get religiously. The brief and no April Fool shenanigans.
Yeah.
Lynn sends that 3 times a year.
He goes, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Oh, I did one.
I don't care for chicanery.
I did a good one.
On Stitchy Mouse?
On Eric Reed, the guy.
Oh,
used to do the show.
yeah. I remember this. The Chris Webber.
The Chris Webber thing. Yeah.
That was a great one. He thought he was going to talk to the Chris Webber, and he talked to a lawyer, Chris Webber.
Christine Webber.
Oh, that's good.
Wow. That is good.
That's good.
And like, you know.
He was furious with you.
We were friends in college. So I said, hey, you want to do an April Fool? She said, love it.
And he was furious with you.
Furious.
Love it.
Right. Because
yeah, questions for the basketball player.
And then she like texts me. She goes, I'm gonna go back to doing my $1 billion deals with Ford. You guys have fun talking under it.
Wow, she got you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
We'll get back into the Heat coming up 15 minutes of Heat. The Marlins got thumped last night.
Oh my goodness.
10-4.
Can I just say that I don't care what bat you use.
Mhm.
Treating this park. Did you come straight from yoga?
And now the Lotus.
Right. Downward dog. Stretch. There we go. Yes, yes.
Good for the lower back.
She has to do. She does emo yoga though.
She does it in all
Yeah.
black.
Now bury it like your feelings.
Or
That's
and say, okay, this next move we got from Ultra. That's it. Hug the tree. Hug the tree.
Yeah, I noticed yesterday when the Marlins, they got this Cal Quantrill up there, and I'm like, that's not great. No outs, walking the bases loaded. Pete Alonso coming up. They call him the polar bear. Grand slam. I was like, oh no. Oh no. Yeah, he gave that a Jimmy Jack, and then a home run went off of Derek Hill's glove.
That's the worst. Although I was at the game where the ball bounced off of Jose Canseco's head.
You were at that game?
Yes.
Really?
It's in Cleveland.
That was in Cleveland?
Yes.
Wow.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. I've seen, like, it's the thing, watching other sports and seeing stuff like that is why I can watch any game, right? Because you never know when something great or crazy is going to happen. I was also at a game where Carlos Baerga, the what do they call themselves now? The
Guardians?
The Guardians.
You can still call them. I mean, like they were
Yeah.
the Indians.
Right. He hit a home run from both sides of the plate in the same inning.
Martinez homer aided by Canseco's head. This has 1.1 million views on it right now.
Yep.
And
Leroy caught the ball.
No, I didn't.
Wow.
It wasn't enough people.
Hmm.
Keep
I
in mind,
was about to say, I was like, the crowd doesn't look too great there.
well, keep in mind, it was also Cleveland Municipal Stadium. So that is a massive place.
It's still funny.
Right.
It's right.
And then
never
and
gets
then you
old.
could pull up Carlos Baerga hitting a home run from both sides of the plate in the same inning.
That's impressive.
That's
Same
impressive.
inning?
But
Yep.
like the
he
thing
went
that,
lefty, then righty.
here's the thing with Canseco that's funny about though. Like he really does look like he's got a beat on it, you know? Like he's like
Yeah.
he looks at the wall, he's like, I'm set up, looking up, boom.
And you know what they say? They would always complain. These are football lights.
That was a thing. That was a thing at Hard Rock too.
Yeah,
At
football lights. They aren't around the stadium. They're
left
just.
left field was always an issue. Left field was
Right.
always an issue for Marlins games back in the day.
I mean, but
But
it's Canseco.
was this a night game? It kind of looks
No,
day-ish.
no,
Kind of looks day.
no. It wasn't a
Just
night
have
game
grit.
at all.
Look, he's got a beat. Come here, Leroy. Look at it. Look at it.
No, I'm sorry.
He thinks he's like, I got this. Here it comes. He's got a beat on it. Little Oppo Taco. Nope. I'm about to boom. Why did he take it?
Turned his head.
Yeah, he started thinking like
Started-
he had a beat on
You
the
know what?
wall.
No. See, can I just tell you? You haven't lived until you've run into a wall. I did it in high school.
Mm.
It sucks.
Oh,
First
man.
of all, because
That
in
looks
high
like it
school,
hurts.
you're playing very shallow.
Cliff Floyd, Cliff Floyd, I think, didn't he knock himself unconscious?
They're laughing about it.
What? Was it?
They're laughing about it.
Yes!
Well, how do you not laugh at it?
I mean, it's,
Dude, how do you not laugh?
I think I remember Cliff Floyd doing that back in like 01, and then the next day they put a chalk outline on the outfield wall. He knocked himself out.
Oh,
of the
that's
field
like,
tower.
remember when the guy ran around third base and fell? You know, he's running home and he falls, and they put the chalk line. The chalk lines are hilarious. in
Derek
sports.
Hill went back and he knew immediately because you know it's funny. I thought for a second he was being a show pony, right? I thought for a second he goes back, he has the glove over the wall, and I thought, oh, he's hamming it up. He's about to toss the ball. I'm like, gotcha.
Yeah.
And no, he just had this look on his face like, I think that's a home run. And then and here's you know what the worst part about it was? they have to review it because if it touches the glove, touches the wall, then goes over, it's a double.
Oh.
So they had to go review, and they're like, confirmed, it's a home run. Dude.
Right, so now you got to watch it. It's like, hey, Bill, come over here and see this. You got to see this. I can't believe this.
It went right over the fence.
But yeah, so that's what makes sports just amazing, right? Like you could see, like I don't even know what the Indians' record was. I don't know what the Rangers' record was. I think he was playing for the Rangers at the time.
Yes.
Like I just know that play.
May 26th, 1993.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Yep. They had a good baseball team too.
Oh, yeah.
That's
those
with
90s
Kenny
Indians.
Lofton and Albert Bell, that pitching staff.
Yep.
They had Carlos Baerga at second base. He was 5'0".
It was funny because that Indians Marlins World Series, star-studded, really.
Yep.
But it was like, oh, the Marlins won their 5th year. Nobody was like excited about it. And man, you look at some of the names in that lineup.
Yeah, that almost happened in football. Remember the expansion teams, how quick they both went to championship games?
Yes.
Carolina and Jacksonville, I think they went the same year.
They in 95?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they did.
Right.
In 95, yeah. So anyway, the Marlins lose 10-4, and they'll be back at it tonight. Sandman on the hill tonight against Kodai Senga, who has the ghost fork. Yeah, it's cool.
That's cool.
It's tough to hit.
Ghost fork.
Ghost fork, yeah.
Wow.
Drops right out. 6:40 is your first pitch from Lone Depot Park. Panthers back on the ice tonight against the Montreal Canadiens. First set of a couple of back-to-backs this week as the Panthers are on the road. They got the Canadiens tonight, and then, of course, a monster game tomorrow against the Toronto Maple Leafs.
How's that guy doing? Tkachuk.
We'll hear a little bit from Paul Maurice later on this hour, but he seems like he's doing good. It sounds like he's really going to ramp it up in a week. That's what it sounds like.
And be ready for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not it all.
So can he not play until the playoffs?
He can't play until the playoffs.
Okay. Okay.
He
so
technically can't play until the
okay,
playoffs.
but he can practice.
Oh,
right.
he can practice.
Not like the suspension.
No, nothing like that.
Because even in football,
like, I don't know.
In football, they let you come back when and practice, but you can't do team activity.
Yeah, and I don't know what the rules are with Ekblad. Like, even though he's a good boy, I don't know if he's allowed to skate around. Like, if he has to be in super timeout, I'm not sure.
I think we talked about this with Doug. He can't participate in any team activities at all. Can't even be. I don't think in the same facility.
He can't be in the facility.
No.
Yeah.
So where does he go to? The West Palm Beach Ice Deck?
That's what I was thinking.
Like, if I go today,
you go to Coral Springs.
Coral Springs Ice.
Yeah,
What a pain in the ass. Because these guys like golf cart to the facility. They all love that facility. Everybody's like, yeah, they all ride their golf carts here. They love it here.
Yeah.
In the new War Memorial Baptist Health Iceplex. But the pain in the ass, you got to go to Coral Springs.
Sucks.
That's Sample Road traffic.
It's not
I
cool.
mean, and you got to go early because you don't want to
Right.
Is it? Hey, isn't he a Panther? Yeah, he got caught up in some stuff. And so the whispering. And who does he work out with?
I don't know.
I wonder if they're doing punitive skate with him.
Oh,
Man.
That might be the greatest line ever.
punitive.
It's not like we're gonna have punitive skate.
And finally, Freddie Freeman slipped in the shower. He's day to day.
Okay. Well,
Why does this happen in baseball the most? Why do they seem
Really?
to have the strangest injuries?
Oh, okay.
I don't know because they're in there.
There.
They're in there slapping each other with towels and stuff. And he slipped.
You're talking about the locker shower?
Yeah.
Oh,
You got it
no.
like Bull Durham?
Yeah. Wait. So he slipped.
Do
in.
they still have showers like that? I don't mean to be ignorant about that. Like in a locker room today, like do they still have like the whole open
Yeah.
cheeks out?
Yeah.
Really?
Wait. How do you think? So for a football team, at any given time, you got 70 guys.
Yeah.
75 guys.
I don't know if they would have updated.
What do you
it.
think? What do you think you're gonna have individual showers?
I don't know.
Come
I would
on.
picture
They even
Stephen
have it
Ross-
in basketball. They have open.
I would have pictured for Stephen Ross, like Stephen Ross is like everybody gets their own shower.
No, you can't.
Or at least little walls.
25
you would
25
have to
showers.
build a whole new wing.
Even for the Heat?
Yes, the Heat don't do it.
Hmm.
You go and you see the showers. They're
Who can I ask about this that I'm not going to get weird
Didn't we
looks?
go and see the showers at one point?
Yeah, it's open.
The
Did we
tour?
look at this shit? Did we
It's
look
It's
at
open. The only
showers?
difference,
Bathrooms.
the only difference with the showers and with the heaters, the
Oh no.
the shower head's higher.
The road locker room for sure. I'm
Oh,
talking
no.
about the
Oh, no,
home
no,
locker.
No,
room.
the
that's
home
what
locker
I'm
room's the
saying.
same.
Is it?
It's just bigger, nicer. But then no, it's what
We got to take another
No.
tour.
Wait.
That's-
We
I'm gonna-
did
just say
see
something?
them. We did see them. The walls were like up to me because I'm
Mm.
short. But yeah.
Well, there's
Wait,
never more than like
can-
two. I don't think there's ever more than like 4 guys over there.
can I
anyway.
just say this? There is nothing that lets the people know
Mhm.
that you did nothing in sports, like the conversation we just had.
I have done nothing in sports.
I know.
I have done nothing in sports, but
I had a good run.
I would
Did you
also.
dare say Pee-wee football because I knew you were going to say
Wait,
that.
wait, okay, Marcus.
No.
Smart.
But
Okay, Marcus Smart. He's
I
not
honestly-
like I had a good run.
obviously, like the old school days, I know what it was like. I'm saying, like in today's day and age, have they modernized the
No!
massive shower?
How?
I don't know.
Little
dividers.
walls. Yeah.
I don't know.
You can't do dividers.
Probably
you
not
can
in
do
football, but in
dividers.
basketball.
You can put a slide in
I
the
just
facility.
said
You
in
can't do
basketball,
Listen,
there
I've-
was walls. I saw
Yeah,
Walls.
but there's
like little ones.
here's the other thing though.
Or she checked out the
That's
showers.
for the-
Anyone else surprised by this?
We walked right by them.
Well, we got the whole story about the golden toilet.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. Good
I'm,
time.
I'm like, yeah, man. You go like
Who? All right. So can we just write? Because I'm not going to ask anybody about this right
Oh,
now.
yeah, that's fair, that's fair.
They're trying to fight for a plane. But can we write down next year,
Yeah.
Marcos?
Mhm.
Can we ask about this?
The shower.
The
situation.
showers at media
Yeah,
day.
yeah, for sure.
And
That's-
keep
this is
in mind
important. This is
the
important.
the weird thing about here's the weird thing about a basketball arena that's different than every other arena.
Mhm.
You have a bunch of different rooms with a bunch of showers. So it's not only so like when they have concerts and stuff, they have a whole bunch of different
Yeah,
and they
but
don't have that in
I'm talking about the
football.
players' locker room. I'm talking, and I know
Right.
the road locker room's still going to suck. Riley does that on
Oh, yeah.
purpose.
yeah.
But I want to know about the home locker room. Like I picture Stephen Ross is like, oh, everybody gets their own shower, their own
so
caddy.
you think that you would build an arena and put 15
I feel like
individual showers?
I feel like Stephen Ross has like this is the offensive lineman, so it's built.
he
for the-
didn't
for
build
the
that
big
building
uns.
though.
Which
Or
one?
Stephen Ross.
I'm talking
I
about
mean,
the team facility.
no. You got 80 guys.
Really?
Yes, you can't.
Hard Rock's different.
He
Hard
does
Rock's
not-
old.
No. They redid all that stuff. Okay. They redid the locker rooms in Hard Rock. But I'm telling you, even at the facility, I don't care how high tech
Mhm.
your facility is. 80 guys. You know what an 80-man shower would look like if it was in it would be big as half of this
Everyone
building.
showering at the same time?
No, it goes in waves. Some guys are quick showers. Some guys, do their clothes. Some guys have interviews. Like it
Who's barefoot? The lineman?
I used to have shower shoes.
Mm.
A lot of people are barefoot though. Like, dude,
Steve
like,
Everett.
oh my goodness, he was barefoot in real life. You definitely barefoot with water
Mac Hollins is where is he showering with a hose?
No,
outside.
a seaweed gelatin that just covers the bottom of his feet, just because
So,
it's good for
like,
moisture.
yeah, it's like crazy. Like and let me tell you,
Mhm.
here's the scary part. You have those showers once a camp because of the 2-a-days and whatever. Somebody would get staph infection.
Ugh.
So we would have to not go in the locker room. They would come and do the hazmat suit thing, right?
Hazmat?
I don't know what the guys in
Isn't
suits
it a
come in.
hazmat?
Yeah, but you
Is
said
has-
something different.
Is it hazmat?
You called it an ass mat.
Yeah.
No, I did.
No,
Yes,
I
you
think you
did.
did.
You said it
I'm
fast,
pretty
fast.
sure you did. I'm pretty.
Anyway,
We'll find out.
are you here for anything else? That's all he's here for. So anyway, so we would like have a practice off,
Mhm.
right? And that guy would disappear for 7 days. Then he'd be in the hospital getting all the necessary
Oh yeah, this
treatment.
has become a thing on UFC. Like they'll always like point out and be like, "Oh, good stuff."
Right. It's
Every
like
way,
dangerous.
every way, and they're like staff, and then you'll know like if the guy crashes out after a round because he's been on antibiotics for 3 weeks,
Yeah.
you'll know. Oh,
Fight
yeah.
got canceled because of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, I think Luke Rockhold got a really bad one time.
Right.
Gross, dude.
Very gross.
Very gross.
Take a break here on the show. Your Miami Heat are streaking. We'll get into it. 15 minutes of Heat is next. Bum, bum. 15 minutes of heat here for you. Brought to you by Hollywood Kia. Hollywood Kia, the #1 Kia dealer in all of Florida. Get the star treatment. We want to see you in a Hollywood Kia. Visit them online at hollywoodkia.com. As your Miami Heat win last night over the Washington Wizards. They win 120-94. Bam Adebayo, 28 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. Didn't even need the fourth quarter from Bam. Tyler Hero pitched in with 27 points. He was good and really gave Marcus Smart the business. Pelle Larsson continues to be awesome in the starting lineup. We had another bubble gut situation yesterday. Davion Mitchell missed the game for the BGs.
No, really, what's going on?
We still need to find out what's going on.
Really, what's going on?
That's great.
I don't know.
This is a new staph infection.
I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I don't know what's going on. What are they serving? You know, there's this whole controversy that's gone on over the last month and a half about the LeBron and his cookies getting taken away by Pat Riley.
Yeah.
Is this like we get a bad batch they're serving on the team plane or something like that? Like that is this what's going on? Like, is there something going on with the Heat's catering on? Because it always seems like it happens on road trips.
Yeah.
It always seems like it happens on road trips, and I don't know. But Davion Mitchell didn't play yesterday. Not that they needed
What's
him.
that called? The ICI Bowl?
Acai
ICI
bowl?
Bowl.
Hey,
I love those.
that word
Really?
kicked your ass.
With the
That
tuna?
was-
With what?
What do you get it with?
What?
The strawberry, banana, and the
Oh,
blueberries and granola.
I know
Whatever.
people eat tuna ones.
Tuna.
Tuna.
That's
What?
weird.
Yeah, those
I've never
little-
seen that.
What is it called?
Poke bowls?
Tuna tartar?
No, ew.
Not a fan.
He's probably
No.
saying Pokeball, yeah.
The hell is going
Pokemon?
on?
It can't be.
Gotta catch them all.
Okay.
Tell you who caught them all last night.
Who's that?
Kalot Ware.
Woo!
Big time lob.
Yeah,
Dunked it right on Alex Sarr's head to end the game.
big.
He was very frustrated because he got a lot of fouls yesterday.
Yeah.
And he goes, you know what? For good measure, dunking it right on Alex Sarr's head. Number 2 pick overall. Take this.
That's great.
He was in hell yesterday. Bam had that kid in hell.
Nice.
By the way,
He was in hell yesterday.
I don't appreciate you being in the background,
Hmm?
sending messages.
Well, okay.
Right?
You know, it was
So right. That was last segment.
I know, but I'm saying I never had a chance to talk to him. Like, so
Nobody knows
So-
what you're referring to, so sure.
So Jennifer goes,
Yeah.
Leroy's mic is loud.
Which I didn't think it was.
Someone said.
Well, someone was saying it,
And
so I
then-
had to relay the message.
So
Who's someone, though?
Frog
who's,
Boy,
Someone in the chat.
Frog
I have to
Boy
listen to my people.
responds as only Frog Boy can.
What?
I lowered him, but sometimes he goes full Wu-Tang Clan and holds the mic like he's Method Man.
Well, we got to ride the gain with you a lot because sometimes you're leaning back, sometimes you're up front.
Sometimes they're on the microphone like this.
Sometimes you gotta hold it like this, and it's kind of like, okay, all right, I guess that's what we're doing this.
Are we
Sometimes you like to get. No, today I'm good because you're actually talking into
No,
it for
it's
right
good.
now. So I think
I'll
that's
take
probably what people aren't used to.
Because
It's 'cause-
sometimes you do this.
It's not food time yet. Food time like
Yeah, I noticed no breakfast today. You like leaning back on Len or something like that?
No. I like everybody's scared the hell out of me about traffic, and it was foggy.
yeah.
So I left early, and then I hit a little problem area. And I'm telling you what, there's gonna be some road rage, and I'm gonna just give everybody a warning when you
Fair
read
share.
about it. Because here's what happens.
He will brake check you.
I'm in the left lane, right? Traffic's moving slow, that's fine. But then they have the lane where you either coming off the express or going onto the express, and all the people jump on that line to go up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna
You're gonna lose it.
Yeah.
So the Heat win yesterday. Pelle Larsson with another awesome game for the Heat.
He is, I'm telling you what, nothing says it's intangible like the
No.
way he plays.
He's poster child for intangibles right now. And Bam Adebayo said that all the Heat's energy started with Pelle Larsson. This is Bam after the game.
Man, it started with Pelle. The young kid was really getting in the paint, putting guys in the basket, and we need that from him, that bulldog mentality. We had Davion out, so he stepped in that role.
He's full on intangibles.
But
I
that
love
was
him.
what Jaime was last year. By the way, good to see Jaime make a shot.
Jaime and Terry.
Yeah.
Jaime and Terry. That was a slump buster for fourth quarter for them.
Yeah.
Did you see Terry Rozier jumped? Like he threw an alley-oop to Jaime Jaquez and then jumped as high as Jaime Jaquez in celebration of their alley-oop.
That was great.
It was kind of like, we don't suck today.
I'm like, it felt, well, here's what I've enjoyed about the last 5 games. It took a while to break me of it,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm really feeling good that I don't have to have stomach cramps every time they have a lead. And they, I haven't seen a terrible third or fourth quarter. And that, now maybe it's the teams,
Mm-hmm.
because both teams can suck. But yeah.
Dade South says, did Leroy confuse ahi tuna with acai? He definitely did.
That is 100%.
100% that's what
Yep.
happened. You thought of ahi tuna.
Yeah.
Ahi tuna bowl?
No, I don't believe it's a bowl.
There's a poke bowl that has ahi tuna, but there's an acai bowl. There's
Isn't
ahi
that a fruit?
tuna. Yeah, we're doing a lot.
Acai bowl is the one that has like fruits and stuff
Yeah,
on top and granola.
Mm,
It's kind of like a fancy parfait.
for sure.
That they charge $15 for?
Exactly. dude.
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
yes.
I can go to
exactly.
Publix and get one for $3.99.
Here was
Yeah.
here was Eric Spoelstra after the game. Spo saying that the Heat, they've been playing playoff basketball for 7 to 8 weeks.
Oh yeah.
What I believe is we've been playing playoff basketball for about 7 or 8 weeks. All of these games have felt like pressure, stress, all of that. Now the last 3 have not, but literally for several weeks in a row, every game had that playoff type feel. I think that does mean something.
You had to be lucky it wasn't the playoffs because you'd be home at 4. 1, 2, 3 Cancun.
They've won 5 in a row. They've won them all via blowout. Last game they didn't shoot the 3 well. This game,
And this game, right?
This game they didn't shoot
Yeah,
the 3
but they've
well.
been shooting lights out.
They've been shooting the lights out. It's not it's the first 5-game win streak, so I don't want to bitch about it
Since
because
last year.
yes, it's last year. They haven't had
February.
one. It's not the most impressive competition, but they're doing it.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this to you.
Okay.
The Heat lost 10 in a row,
Yes.
and then they won 5 straight.
Mhm.
I don't give a rat's ass who it's against.
Fair.
Because guess what?
Mm-hmm.
All the 10 teams they lost to weren't on the top of the playoff chase.
They were not. They had
So-
a Hornets
so
and the
same-
Bulls in there.
Okay, so same situation. Like you can't have it both ways. You can't say, "Oh, these teams they just won were on
I
barn."
appreciate them taking care of business. I appreciate
Yeah,
them
but
taking care
it's
of
not
business.
taking care of business. All these teams are equal.
They're not equal. What we
Not
saw
this.
these last 2 teams are
not
not equal.
Washington, and not who they beat
They beat Washington. They beat the Sixers.
and the
who-
Sixers.
who
Those
are-
2 teams are
and
terrible.
the Hornets. They did beat the Warriors,
They beat the Warriors.
No Steph,
That was the best.
but
game.
that was important.
That was the best game.
That was great.
You know why?
Moment of the
Yes,
season.
yeah,
The Petty Bowl.
yeah.
Next
I-
one's a test, though.
The next
will
one
tell
is
you.
the test.
Next one will tell you.
Celtics on Wednesday.
especially when you're going to see 53s in the air.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, for sure. And you don't beat them, and it's been too long.
They're really good.
They are really good. No one's saying they're not good.
And they have an extraterrestrial in what's his name? He didn't play last time they played.
Porzingis.
Porzingis.
Yeah. Well, I
that
think
plays all over the floor.
I think Horford led him in scoring yesterday. He's 100 years old.
Well, they had like 3 guys in 2020, and he had 26.
Mhm.
2 other guys had like 24.
Still.
Right.
Still old as hell.
I am waiting on that guy to fizzle out.
Yeah.
It
Do
is
you think
not
he's mad at
working.
LeBron?
He has to be because he's on a generational
Is
run.
he younger
also.
than LeBron?
Wow, actually, that would be surprising. I
Who's
think he
older
is.
than
Though.
LeBron?
No, LeBron is. I think he is younger than LeBron.
Yeah, I think he
Who?
is. He's 38.
Al Horford.
Yeah, he's 38.
Yeah.
Has he 38, but LeBron is 40. I watched
That's
LeBron
crazy.
last night. That's not the same.
That's crazy.
Al Horford is stuck on the perimeter. He may get you a rebound every now and then, but he ain't about that.
Lakers won last night, 104-98. For those who didn't stay
I
up late,
watched that.
big game for Gabe Vincent.
Yeah.
Not as
Corner
handsome.
the corner 3.
You know who I said.
Like you said, not as handsome in those colors.
The Bulls got their ass kicked yesterday, so the Heat jumped them in the standings.
So they're 9.
They're 9th right now.
Can
They
they
got to
get
finish
eight?
ahead of them.
Can it get to 8?
They could get to 8. The Magic also lost yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe they're just a game back in the loss column of the Magic. So they definitely could get to 8, which would mean you would only need to win 1 play-in game instead of 2.
Okay.
So there is a little bit of incentive there to get to 8. And I believe Orlando's got the toughest schedule of these mediocre play-in teams left. Everybody else has pretty easy breezy schedules. Like, it's funny.
Is there an easy schedule if you're 7, 8, 9, or 10?
Well, but Leroy, we're seeing like what these teams are doing. Like the Pelicans just shut down Zion for the last 7 games,
Yeah,
which, by the way, not a true shutdown. Doesn't determine. If anything, it's good for us. It's good for us. It's good for the Zion business.
Yeah, I agree. I don't count this as an injury.
Because now if they call up, you're like, oh, you're interested in them? Be like, you guys just shut him down again. Boink. So I like the fact that he was shut down.
It's a good call.
Encourages me even more to trade for him.
I'm not.
Or Ja.
Oh my goodness. Dude, you 100% would have signed Deshaun Watson.
No.
Yes, you would have.
No. Not when the no. Hold on.
Oh, so you have a cutoff. You have a cutoff.
No.
Give me what? Because guess what?
I can tell you exactly.
Go.
The horny allegations. That's what set me off. I'm like, he's too horny. And then I was out. Before I knew I knew that.
What about Mr. Assault Rifle?
Who?
Ja.
Well, listen, people have the right to protect themselves.
Oh, okay. This is interesting.
That's my point.
People have the right to protect themselves.
You are making my point for
I'm not making my point.
And
this is
here's
just
what
that's so great.
Whatever the issues are that a person can't be on the basketball court, whether it's injury, whether it's personal, whether it's whatever. The biggest complaint that Pat Riley had about this team is people don't play enough games or whatever. I'm not going to go out and sign a guy who don't play enough games. I'm not doing it. So Zion, great player. I hope it works out. But I'm not taking
There's
that
no
chance.
pleasing you. But there's no pleasing you.
Sure
There's
there is.
no pleasing you.
I just have one rule.
Gotta be
Don't sign
available.
a broken player.
The sneaky one we got to watch out for is these Bucks getting gentlemen swept in the first round again.
Ooh.
Giannis is going to be looking around.
Dude, why do I feel
looking
like
around, dude?
Walls are closing in.
You're like the little birds that hang around the picnic to get the scraps.
The crows?
Yeah.
Or the vultures?
I said the birds. Either one. But I'm just saying, like, stop it.
Your combination of
Stop
birds.
it. Stop it. You do you not understand why it has nothing to do with their talent? Nothing. Nothing to do with their talent. It has to do with their availability.
Yeah, but would he be more available if he didn't play for the
You're
Pels?
making assumptions. No. At this point, no assumptions.
I wish you would have given up that saying for Lent.
No assumptions. Because guess what? Guess what? We assumed Jimmy was going to ball out when he started the season based on what he said. Then he lost his joy.
He did lose his joy. I don't know what one thing has to do with the other.
I don't know.
Like,
very different circumstances.
Not really, not to me.
Okay. Well,
being available is being available, which is the biggest problem Pat Riley had. So you think he's going to go sign a player to big money or trade for a player that's getting paid big money and hope that
he's going to do something?
Huh?
You can't sit around here idly by.
I'm not saying he's not going to do anything. I'm just saying.
You know what you're like? You're like the what's that thing I see?
Oh my goodness! What is wrong with you?
You see those viral TikToks? I don't know I've never watched the show, but I've seen the clips. I don't even know if it's a show, but where like a guy walks in the room and all the ladies pop the balloon.
Oh yeah,
that's Leroy with every whale. He like pops the balloon on every whale. Misses too many games. Too old.
You should do your version
wait.
of that show.
Not a fit.
Hey,
guess what?
Timbo Slice. Here comes the trade Grinch.
Exactly. You would have done the same thing with Luka. You would have said the same thing with Luka.
No, why?
Missed a ton of games. Fat.
Pop. What?
Pop. If I wanted Luka, you would have said the same thing.
How many games did Luka miss?
This year? He's missed like 30 games this year.
That's this year.
Yeah. And that wouldn't have deterred you?
No, I can say that's a one-off. The other players,
it's not a one-off.
It is a one-off.
It's not a one-off.
It's 1 year. I'm telling you, all these other players have missed games multiple years. That means I can come to the conclusion maybe he's not going to be available as much as we want.
Would you want Giannis?
Giannis is a different animal.
Gets hurt every playoffs.
That's MVP.
But he gets hurt every playoffs.
Really?
Pop.
Except for the one where they won the chip.
Except for the one where they won the chip. He got lucky because everybody else got hurt.
He got lucky.
He got lucky. Asterisk.
So you don't want Giannis the way you talk.
Of course I want Giannis. I want all these guys.
Why are you
Lost to the Hawks.
I'm just making your point for you.
No.
Like, you could literally poke a hole in every star.
No.
Yes, you could.
No.
Unless it's like
I'm not.
Joker.
Here.
Yes, you could.
Hold on. I'm going to throw some names at you.
Mhm.
I'm not saying you could throw these situations out with everybody. Zion. The guy's missed a lot of games.
Sure has.
In his career, he's not even played half of the game.
Would you want Joel Embiid?
No!
Okay. Just want to make sure you're on the same level because he won an MVP.
So what?
You just said Giannis MVP.
Yes.
Bucks 10.
No. Hold on.
I don't want Joel Embiid.
He
just to be clear.
plays. Giannis plays. Joel Embiid
Not in
and
the playoffs.
Zion. I'm trying to figure out who's played more games per year, Zion or Joel.
Ooh, probably Joel.
See what I'm saying? So, like, this is a whole nother level with Ja.
I'm going to get you balloons.
With Ja.
You know what I'm talking about? The balloon show?
No.
Where the ass models are all sitting there with balloons and the guy tries to come in the room and it's like the dating show, but they're immediately turned off by it's like the opposite of Love is Blind. And so like they walk in the room and they're poof, if you pop the balloon, it means you're not into them. That's you with free agents.
Sometimes they'll walk in without even speaking.
Am I why does everybody think I'm on an island with this argument? Like, who wants to give $60 million
to me? This is what I say. It's not that your concerns don't have some warrant, but what I feel like to me, this is what I feel like. This is just me. Look at me. Hey, look at me. This is what I feel like. I feel like
I don't care about your feelings.
No, but I just feel
no,
because they always say in arguments.
You're not feeling.
No, they try and say in arguments make it I, not you, because I'm trying to express my feelings to you. I feel like
let's go, Dr. Ruth.
You're trying to steal my funshine. And what I want is to have fun, and you're trying to deter all my wailing.
Did you say thumbshine?
No, funshine. It's not sunshine. It's funshine.
I heard thumbshine.
That's not what I said.
No, fun.
Fix your ears.
Like
okay.
You're my
put the death metal a little bit down.
What I'm saying
my only
is,
funshine.
based on what
Make me happy. The skies are gray.
Pat Riley has said,
Mm-hmm.
he wants active participants. He wants guys to play more games.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you think it would be a little hypocritical to then go out and sign guys who haven't played?
No, because you're taking his one word of gospel, and when I know what he's doing is he just didn't want to pay Jimmy Butler.
And why is that?
Because Jimmy did miss games, and Jimmy was but other caveat, Jimmy was old. These guys are not.
Okay.
Tell us about Liv.
I don't want to tell you.
You always want to.
Hey, I always want to tell
We're going
you.
out there, dude.
Hey, we're going to be out there Thursday. And you know it's going to be a party. It's going to be golf. It's going to be huge DJ sets, epic street food, and ska punk legend Sublime headlining on Saturday. Come join us with some of the giants of the game and John Rahm, Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, and more. We're going to try to get some of these guys on Thursday. We're efforting that right now. Go grab your tickets at livegolf.com. That's livegolf.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's get to our road to repeat here, brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out when it's game time. Make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of
your Florida Panthers.
Fix your camera, Leroy.
I was trying to show Jennifer the balloon pop, but it took too long to load.
Well, yeah, the balloon pop is a great bit.
I just sent a senior citizen edition.
A senior citizen edition of Red Balloon?
They were relentless.
Well, it's gonna go mainstream soon, right? Like, because I saw Netflix's. I think they debut next week.
Can I just tell you?
Where did they actually show the show?
I think it's a TikTok show,
Yeah,
right?
Like YouTube,
TikTok. I think that's where it got big.
Yeah.
But like it's, but I mean, they just blast everybody who walks in there, and so
first of all, I'm gonna say this, folks. If they ask you what is your job, if you're on a show like that, never use these phrases. I'm an entrepreneur, a model, or I'm shaking and moving. Okay? That's immediate balloon pop. Because if you're an entrepreneur and you got money, you ain't doing a show like that. So that means you're struggling, whatever.
75% of Miami says that.
What?
I'm an entrepreneur.
I'm moving and shaking. I'm hustling.
But what if they are actually an entrepreneur?
Oh, remember who said that? You got to hustle.
Thing.
You got to, we're the meetings. You got to hustle.
Oh, that's right. I remember that. Rick Ross. Panthers are back at it tonight. They are skating with the Canadiens, looking to get a little revenge.
All right.
They are north of the border. They got Montreal tonight. They got Toronto tomorrow night. Toronto, obviously a big one. Cats trying to get back up the standings. Toronto's a little bit ahead of them right now for that first place spot. Panthers have 91 points. Do have game in hand, though, with Toronto. Toronto is got 94 points. So they win tonight, and then they could jump them tomorrow if they get these 2 wins. But obviously not easy on the back-to-back. Obviously, we'll get Vanacek for one of these games. I'm not sure which one they'll put in between the pipes. Either it'll be for Canada or Toronto. I would think, do you think they go Vanacek tonight and then Bob tomorrow? Or do you think they go Bob tonight and then Vanacek?
I think they look at the rest of the schedule. So you don't want.
They got 2 back-to-backs this week. So
I don't think you would ever play Bob in the second one and then the first one. You can go first, second, but you can't go second, then first.
Even if you got 2 days?
I don't know. Because keep in mind, they're trying to get him ready for
action, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the news yesterday was Matthew Tkachuk was back on the ice.
Oh, they punted.
Oh, they're tabling the tush push. We'll get to that. Here was Paul Maurice just giving us an update on where things stand with Matthew Tkachuk.
Yeah, I mean, he's still basically just out there touching pucks today. It wasn't that there's no conditioning component to it because he's not there yet. So he'll probably just get out in the ice and move some pucks around for a few more days, probably another week or so, and then hopefully we can get to a point that he can start driving. I mean, you can do off-ice things to try to mitigate some of the conditioning losses, but he is going to have to get into some significant skates here, and I think we're still a ways from that.
There's punitive skates and there's
significant skates. That means we need to get him on the ice and work his tail off.
I didn't realize so many skates.
There's so many kinds. He's like, what do we got today? I got a leisurely skate.
Philly radio doesn't talk as much tush push as this show does. Well, I mean, we are the city of Astron.
That is true. And somehow we can't get a 3rd and 1.
Yeah. I told you. Hey, ever since we've done this show, I've made a big deal about that.
I know you have.
And
I got really mad at you doing it at a Bethune-Cookman game when they won 60-0. And you're like, nope, not a win. Not a win. Paul Maurice says Tkachuk is now at the point, though, where he is able to travel with the team, but not quite over to hand it over to the coaches yet.
So he's on the ice. I don't consider it an ice session day because he's not doing anything with coaches in terms of anything related to hockey. He's got to get out there and feel the puck. That's all he's doing. So, but he's close enough to travel, like close enough to start skating that we want them to start. At some point, there'll be a handoff to the coaches, and that's when we'll start being able to do some more things with them.
So that's exciting. We will
take him for a little punitive skate.
Yeah. You know what time it is, Matthew. It's PS. Yes, you got it. We'll take a break here on the show. Our Tua. Tush push. Tua talk. Tyreek Hill responding to his tweets. It's all happening for us, baby. That's next.
It's time for our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Vailoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Our to the program, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
What happened?
Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM.
So
Take you guys up until 2 here on the program.
now everybody has been giving suggestions. I should do the balloon pop with food.
We're not doing that, though. We're going to do it with free agents.
Free agents.
We're going to do it with free agents. I don't have balloons in-house, but I will
I
get
have balloons at my house.
Yeah, we will get balloons.
I live with arts and crafts.
Got a party city.
Yeah.
He lives in Marshall. Not Marshall, sorry. Michael's.
One of them's going out of business, right? Michael's or Hobby Lobby or Joanne's?
I don't know. Joanne's.
Joanne's,
I will never go step foot in Joanne's.
Why? Joanne's the one you have a problem with, huh?
No, because
Joanne's.
Joanne's.
sad story. Before you,
I'm
so me and Fonz, we were like doing up some Converse, like bedazzling them. So we went to Joanne's. We were at Joanne's picking out all the stuff.
Who are these shoes for?
Cousins for Christmas and stuff. That's why I got the call that my uncle died.
Ooh.
So I can't. Every time I drive by it, I'm like,
Bad vibes.
bad vibes. That was torture. Like,
That's brutal.
yeah,
Headlines are brought to you by Doral Hyundai. That seemed cold.
yeah.
I apologize.
I'm sorry,
it's
Lee.
okay. It's a very
Love
quick
you.
I do have to
transition.
get the sponsors in.
I'm just saying.
You wanna
Headlines are brought to you
Okay.
by Doral Hyundai. At Doral Hyundai, choose over 1,300 new Hyundai miles in inventory at the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. Remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. All right, the tush push.
Yeah.
It's been tabled.
Which means
Means they're not deciding in these meetings. They're going to decide at
Here-
a later date.
Here's the problem that I have with it. It almost seems like you're penalizing someone who has the ability to do something better than everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And the teams that are complaining about it either can't do it themselves or can't stop it.
I think the most
and that's the problem.
I think also, don't you think it probably toes the line of if you have an offensive head coach or a defensive head coach? Because I feel like the most vocal guy I've heard against it is McDermott.
Correct.
McDermott's like, oh, it's a health hazard.
He does it.
Well, he's got Superman back there, doing his thing. But offensive coaches, they don't want it because it kind of feels like a slippery slope to them. They don't want it taken away.
Here's what everybody needs to understand. When I played, it was illegal. You couldn't push.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say that part of the reason why I'm okay with it being legal is because if you have to defend it and you're not tough up front, that's your problem. Let's not make it sound like everybody can do it. It's an advantage that Philadelphia has with their offensive line, which is dominant, with their quarterback who's strong as an ox, right? It's an advantage they have that they use to win. And if any other team had that advantage, they wouldn't want to give it up. Just think of how many more games could the Dolphins have won if they could simply do the tush push. Think about that.
Yeah, I mean, they had a version of this. They had the wild. They brought
They
the Wildcat
started the
back.
Wildcat, correct?
You know, they loaded up the line. They just directed.
But
to
here's
Ronnie
the
Brown.
thing. The thing I love about the tush push is the reason why it's so hard for a defensive team to deal with it is this. You can't put as many people up front to stop it because then they'll just run outside.
I miss the Wildcat.
Huh?
I miss the Wildcat.
They still do versions of it.
Not like that. Not like that though. When
Not
the
like that, with
Wildcat,
7 running backs and a tight end.
you'd shout out Wildcat, and you'd just be so excited because either Ronnie Brown or Ricky Williams were just going to take that snap directly and make something happen.
But
I miss
this whole complaint.
And then they tried to get cute with Pat White, and you're just like,
until he got knocked out.
All right, this isn't going to work.
This whole situation with teams complaining, and the thing I almost cussed. The thing I really hate about people complaining about something, they use reasons that don't exist. Like, oh, we should be more concerned about the shut up. No, you're not. They're 6 inches apart, and they're basically just having a scrum. Rugby does it, and they don't have helmets. So stop it with
but
that.
They do uppies.
Yeah.
Which is, can I just tell you,
poor guy gets a wedgie.
There is nothing
I don't think he feels
more hilarious,
Yeah.
than watching 5 or 6 grown muscular men
Yeah.
lift another guy
big
and toss the ball to him.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. But so, like, it's an advantage that certain teams have because they're tougher up front.
Oof.
And why don't you just get tougher?
That's what Mario Cristobal would say.
And the problem is that you can't. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with the tush push. I'm going to tell you the problem. This is football only. You can't commit as many people defensively as the offense can commit offensively. Because at any point in time, he could pull that ball out and throw it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, uh-oh, we committed all these guys. So there's nothing you can do. They do it with a regular offensive line. So a tight end, 2 running backs or whatever, right? If you bring your jumbo in there or your goal line in, they just spread it out and throw it. So you can't commit as many people as you need to have a better chance at defending it. However, don't be mad at the offense for coming up with something that you can't stop. Find a way to stop it. That's the way it's always worked.
A couple of the rule changes that have come out of the meetings that they have decided on. They have modified the kickoff. So now the touchbacks are at 35. So you got that. And the NFL is now going to allow both teams to possess the ball in overtime, but take it down to 10 minutes. So even if you score a touchdown, you're still going to get a crack to tie it.
Right. Okay.
So that's that. That's what's happening over there.
Ooh.
You don't like that one?
I like that one. The kickoff thing is dead though. It's like I know the idea is to get them to kick it within the zone more often and blah blah blah. But I'm telling you, we just need to go to the joust method.
This
Wait, what?
No.
Yeah.
Carl, be glad you weren't here.
No. I want to know what's the joust
Pretty
method.
good.
What is that? What does that
Look,
mean?
it's I'm
Throw
glad you asked,
like
Tobin. That's pretty
the
good.
XFL.
Yeah.
Toss the ball and have them go.
People
Somebody
got
almost died.
People got very hurt by that.
Okay, but think about it. How many people are on the kickoff? 11, right? That's
Yeah,
22 people on the
it's
field
football.
with the potential of 22 people getting hurt.
No, the whole problem.
Joust is
No,
only 2 people.
the whole problem was
Only 2
is the
people get it.
collisions.
So
So they moved the people closer.
So you just want to make it athlete versus kicker?
So no, not kicker necessarily. You put the ball at the 50, you line up one at the 20, the other one at the 20, they run after the ball. Now you start drafting differently. We need, we got a kicker and a punter, but now we need a jouster. Now we're checking out the 40 times a little bit more. This guy has no skill and
Isn't it
ability.
just going to always be the fastest guy? Like he's going to get to the ball
because then
and
he
go
can
down?
get hit. And he
Because I'm
fumbles.
telling you,
You got to hold the
Hey,
ball for 3 seconds.
the whole point of it is
Yeah.
these guys are terrified to get hit.
Solved.
Right.
Okay, but you're not. Yeah, but you're not gonna. If you have the joust method,
Yeah.
you're gonna want Devon Achane instead of Lusaka Polite getting after the ball.
But you can have Vaughn. He's your starting running back. So you need to draft someone. Now we have.
This is stupid. I've decided.
Oh, come on.
Pop a balloon right now.
As I decided
right. I
last week.
apologize. I
You
apologize.
hold the ball for 3
Minus
seconds.
one.
Just think about it. Just table.
No,
Can
they
we
see
table
what you
it?
started.
Can we table it?
See,
Minus
now,
one.
now, so all last week he thought he was an ideas guy.
That was a good idea.
No, it
That's
wasn't.
a good idea.
It's an idea.
That's good.
Not a good one.
Okay, you guys watch 152 kickoffs not return next year.
So
I'll be jousting. on
no,
the break.
they're gonna kick it in the zone, but here's the problem. They're trying to fix things, and they're trying to stop the collisions. But I personally think that the guys are too close. So I would maybe back them up. Maybe it doesn't even have to be a full 5 yards, but you got to give the offensive side, the return side, a chance to run some type of play. At 5 yards, when the ball's caught, they don't have time to do anything. So it's just you're basically endangering the return guy.
I got two things here from owners. Which one do you want to hear? Jets owner or Browns owner?
Oof.
I know what the Browns owner said because he had to. I go with Giants. Let's go Giants first.
I would say
It's
that
Jets.
wasn't an
Same
option.
difference. Jets first.
Okay.
Woody Johnson.
Woody. Okay.
His reaction to being graded the only owner who got an F by the NFL Players Association survey was, quote, "My first thought was it's totally bogus."
Yes, that's what the last guy would say. Right? What would you say? Not a real championship. That's what you say. Not a real questionnaire.
Man,
Where you want us to ask the guys you're paying? But they say it's great organization.
Is that a direct quote? The billionaire owner of the team's like bogus.
That's what he said.
All right.
That was his quote.
Great.
That was his quote.
Love that.
We'll take a break here.
Oh,
We'll
we're
hear-
not doing the Browns one?
Oh, you want that? Here's the quote. This is from Mary Kay Cabot on Deshaun Watson, Jimmy Haslam. We took a big swing and miss with Deshaun. We thought we had the quarterback. We didn't. We gave up a lot of draft picks to get him. So we've got to dig ourselves out of that hole. It was an entire organization decision. It ends with D&I, so hold us accountable.
Wow. Okay.
But I appreciate an owner saying that before firing everybody. Right?
Blame the wife, too.
The wife.
Brought her in.
First of all, I mean,
That's great.
is there any woman on planet Earth that would co-sign that?
Oh,
Right. That's what, like,
Not good.
so he's like, but I'm not mad at him. I say this all the time. Like, you should appreciate the owner willing to spend whatever amounts of money. He didn't make a right choice, but there was a lot of teams that would have paid money for Deshaun Watson.
They paid more money than anybody, though, just to get him to say yes.
Mr. Cleveland, you got to do what you got to do.
Schmeathan says, need Riley to come out and say the same thing about Terry Rozier.
He ain't paid 50, 60 million.
He did pay for, well, he is getting paid 26 a year, so he is getting paid 50.
26. That's average.
It's not nothing.
It's not nothing, but it's average.
Take a break. Speaking of long quotes, Mike McDaniel, back after this.
Previously on
Tobin and Leroy.
If I was ever in the same room as Myles Garrett, I'd put my arms up and say, "Uppies."
The Panthers
All right, welcome back, everybody. Is the natural?
This is the natural.
Why are you playing the natural?
Yeah, it was the most. First of all, it's in the system 3 times, but it was the most recent song. I just had to play a song. Real
So,
quick.
like, somebody was getting in the mood for baseball. Like, did you just steal one of Jimmy's songs?
I must have 3
kinda
times
just-
though.
Maybe he was having trouble importing it.
I guess so.
Speaking of the natural,
Yeah.
it may be torpedo bats.
Huh.
The Brewers might just have a terrible staff.
Oh.
The Brewers lost 11-1 yesterday to the Royals, and this was after they gave up a boatload of. These are the last 3 games from the Milwaukee Brewers. Leroy, they lost 11-1 yesterday, 12-3 to the Yankees, and 20-9 to the Yankees.
Well, it's the Yankees.
But the Royals, and I know the Royals were good last year, but
Didn't the Royals make the playoffs last year?
the Royals were good last year. But Leroy, what is that? 48 runs in 4 games.
Man,
Jeez.
they scored more runs.
Tell you what, though, that Mr. Torpedo, Lenny,
Yeah.
got the star treatment yesterday. Everybody wanted to talk to. They're calling him El Torpedo.
Are they?
They are calling him that.
Oh, okay.
El Torpedo.
Yeah, he's the king of the torpedo bat.
Mm.
He is.
It's funny though, the team that he came to.
Yeah, where are our torpedo bats?
No torpedo.
Now I heard they've been around for a while. The bats have been around for a while. People just haven't been using them. So it's not like he just invented this.
Yeah, Stanton
They've been
used-
around for a
Well,
while.
Stanton used it last year.
Right.
And there was actually somebody, I think it was John Boy. He does a lot of those voiceovers. There were articles that said that's a lot of people were blaming the torpedo bats for Stanton's injuries, and my counter to that would be it's Giancarlo Stanton. I mean, he's just going to get hurt. You
That
can't
just
just,
happens.
you can't blame injuries for a bat on Stanton getting injured. Stanton gets injured.
Yep.
But the torpedo bat, look, I want them. Like, get me some torpedo bats down here. All right. If I got, let me ask you something, Lenny. When Pete told you to get your ass down here and you said, hey, by the way, I got this super bat. We've been working on it for 2 years. You didn't think to tell Otto Lopez, hey,
But they already knew about it.
No, not like this, dude.
Yeah, they
Not like
did.
this.
It's been around
Not
for
like
a
this.
while.
Well, then why is it? Hold on. Okay, that's cute. Here's the thing, though. Orders are now flying off the shelf.
Yeah.
Everybody's ordering it now because
Mhm.
baseball's copycat.
Mhm.
So that's cool, but it's not like it has been. Now everybody's going nuts about it, and this guy's doing massive press conferences like he's the GM.
No way that he's getting
Went to
a cut
Michigan,
of
by the
those,
way.
right? Did he?
Who?
I thought he was at my wait.
The Czar?
Yeah, he got his undergrad at Michigan.
Okay.
Hmm.
No way that he cut a deal to get a percentage of these.
Let's get him
sales,
on.
right?
Of the Lenny?
Let's have
Is
him
that
on.
what it's called?
Call him and see if we can get him on.
Okay.
Can we get in contact with him? I feel like he's the most important man in baseball right now.
I can't talk to anybody right now. A little too much with the press.
But okay, so you think you got a percentage of these that are coming out? Like, because
Yeah, he makes the bet.
I don't think he got a percentage at all. I think he got
That's
a boatload
crazy.
of money from the Marlins. The Marlins poached him from the Yankees. Obviously, he got a hefty payday. You would
I
think.
mean, he got a hefty payday, but it's not like this is sales we're talking. You
No,
put this on
he
Shark
sells
Tank.
the bets.
So
he
sells
doesn't
the
sell
bat.
the bat.
See, that's okay. You're giving me information
just
that's
invented
wrong,
the bat.
Leroy.
He invented the bat.
Who makes the bet?
Whatever bat company
Whoever.
can make the bat. They have specifications. They can make
He
the
has
bat.
to get a cut. They have to pay him for
They
the
I don't think
rights
that's
to
how
make
that
the
works.
bet.
No, he's just.
Yeah.
It's like it's like one of these things where he's just giving a suggestion, but you can't like if Louisville Slugger is like, all right, we'll put the wood wherever you want it
Yeah.
because every bat is custom made, Leroy.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Judge is going to swing a different bat than Jazz Chisholm.
So he didn't put a patent out there, and he's missing out on money, dude.
I'm looking at
sorry.
food. It's.
I
Oh.
can
I
tell,
want
very
to pop.
distracted.
I want to pop a balloon. There-
What?
There's a. I don't want to say. Well, yeah, I can say it.
You got El Torpedo?
I do.
All right, so this is from courtesy of Local 10. We appreciate them. We were getting some sound from them here. Give me what El Torpedo had to say about this. Give me some of his action.
A lot of text messages from a lot of old colleagues. They're really excited about it. I think they're mesmerized about how the world of data analytics, physics, math, et cetera, can have such a positive impact on the game of baseball and generate so much excitement. So it's been a lot of fun for those guys who really supported me to get here.
All right. Yeah, a lot of that sounds like a very smart group text.
Yeah, right.
A lot of physicists. He sounds, like Peter Bendix, respectfully, he sounds like a calculator.
Yeah.
So this guy does sound a little bit more like baseball. And I think that's his big thing is what the big talk of El Torpedo was, Lenny, is that a lot of these nerds, respectfully, can't speak to baseball players. And this guy's golden gift is that he can translate nerd to baseball. He's kind of like he's like Rosetta Stone for nerd talk to baseball players.
So he's a nerd whisperer?
Yes. Well, he is a nerd, but he can hang with the jocks.
He can speak with the regular folks.
Right.
So he was
jock
whisperer.
Is a jock whisperer. Exactly. Wow. He's not like prospects. He's actually like can talk to them like a human.
Jock whisperer is good. Little sketchy there, but I like it. I'm gonna roll with it.
Here, let me get some more from El Torpedo here. What else did he have to say on this?
I said these bats have been in the works for a long time.
Definitely some major league players that swung it in the big leagues in 2023, as well as some minor league players that swung it in real baseball games in 2023, and then it just kind of built up throughout 2024 and until what it is today.
Ellie De La Cruz used it yesterday for the Reds, 2 homers.
What? This is crazy.
Jennifer.
It seems almost illegal.
What is a queso Frito bite?
Is
it delicious?
It's fried cheese.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It sounds delicious. Though.
Sounds like I need to
get a couple.
Go to the second floor. Bathroom.
Whoa.
That's a point. I made him laugh.
That's true.
It's amazing that Tobin didn't get it.
No, it's just like we're talking El Torpedo, and anytime you got to eat, like
he's talking about another torpedo.
You get very.
We've been talking about it for a long time. We get it.
No. No, I'm not gonna let you do this.
Oh,
no. Put the phone away for a second.
I'm not
gonna let you do this.
I'm not gonna let you.
I'm sorry. No. The teacher's back in session. You checked out. You hung. No. We got 7-minute breaks. Order your sandwich in the 7-minute breaks. You hobnobbed the entire time. I saw you talking to Tyler. Chit chat. Then you come back to do the work, and you're like, I gotta see what to order. I don't care about El Torpedo. I have no thoughts.
What I said,
been using him for a while.
What I said to Tyler need to be said.
What had to be said?
I wanted to tell him, well done.
Great.
Oh, nice.
I wish
2
that,
weeks later.
Which is nice.
I said we could have probably sold it more if we were in that room on Tuesday when we went there because, wow.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Right.
Buckets and bets. Shout out. Counterpoint. Then once the radio show started, all you thought about was what we were going to eat. And you paid no attention except to J Fig's jokey jokes.
Can I ask you a question?
What?
If food comes, are you going to eat anything?
No. Actually, now to protest, I'm not.
Whoa!
Why are you making that look? Don't forget, it's Lent, Leroy.
Yeah, Leroy.
It's Lent, Leroy.
Watch it, dude.
Go ahead.
Watch it.
This ain't,
just say.
This ain't got nothing to do with your size. But I know for a fact,
Watch it.
Careful.
there ain't too many items of food that you push aside.
If it's green.
Yeah. Well, we can.
Careful.
I'm good.
Man, it's raining already.
I'm good.
That's crazy.
I'm good. It's not, but I got to tell you, that old balloon pop show, y'all just asking me to comment.
He's almost done it 2 to 3 times today.
Yeah.
By the way.
I'm like, there's 7 women. They pop the balloon real fast. I'm like, ain't none of y'all in the position to be popping no balloons.
Why are they in position?
Huh?
Why?
Just saying. If you're in a show like that, clearly too many people have popped your balloon. So you were there because now you want to just pay somebody else back. Dude was nice in the world. Before he even, all he said was, hi. Pop, 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 pop. All the balloons popped.
That he said, I'll pay your rent.
Solid move on the way out.
Good.
Take a break. Damage is done, my friend, is next. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It is time to get to our favorite Tuesday game. The damage is done, my friend. Go around the room. We'll say where the damage has been done. You guys get the game at this point already.
Yep.
Watching during the break. Somebody wanted us to bring this up during the break. It was D Wade versus James Harden, which is resurfaced for some. And the thing that annoys me about it is I hate that this basically gets stirred up by 12-year-olds on Twitter. But D Wade, I guess, made some comments on his podcast, which is very good, by the way, The Why. And now it's a first take topic. And Stephen A went on a very beautiful rant on why D Wade is clearly above James Harden. And I feel no need to continue to make this point home because it's stupid. One guy is a great scorer, which James Harden is, and an MVP, and those are his credentials. But he's also one of the most notorious playoff choke artists of all time. And to put him anywhere in any conversation with Dwyane Wade is a waste of everybody's time and stupid. But that's not my damage is done. That's not my damage is done. My damage is done goes to Conor McGregor.
Damage is done.
Listen,
He's still doing it.
He's now trying to become president of Ireland. This is his next move. He wants to be president of Ireland and now says that he wants to be introduced as the president of Ireland when Bruce Buffer introduced him. And I just have to say, the damage is done, my friend. I've been telling you now for about
damage is done
4 years. He's not fighting anymore. Maybe not 4 years. When's the last time he fought? 3 years?
At least 3 years.
He is not fighting anymore. And the fact that anybody thinks he's fighting or gives thought that, like, poor Michael Chandler. You know, we sat here and we asked him, like, you can see that he felt a fool when we talked to him on this show because Conor McGregor wasted this man's time for 2 years out of the octagon. Oh, we're going to fight. I promise, Michael. Never fought. Okay. And then finally he was getting ready to fight and he goes, my toe. And I'm like, didn't you fight with a torn ACL at one point? A toe that's keeping you out? The thing is, he's never fighting again. And I'm tired of hearing about him fight because he's not fighting as the president of Ireland. He's not fighting as a resident of Ireland. He's never fighting again. The damage is done.
Damage is done.
Stop talking about it. Leroy?
So I told this a little bit earlier, but there was an accident on 75 and why it was backed up. And I got to that area just after it happened. Here's what happens. Traffic is slow in the left lane. People are getting off the express line. People are getting onto express. So there's that one lane. Somebody tried to be a rabbit, go out there and got hit. And so now that backs up all the traffic. Like, stop it. Stop it. Wait in line. You're not going to get up. How many cars ahead you're going to get? 5? Traffic's not moving. The damage is done. Now you got to back up traffic all the way to Palm Beach because you wanted to go up the fast lane.
Crazy.
Stop.
305 Florida Man 561 said Wade had the luxury of playing with Shaq and LeBron. Oh, okay. Well, let me just. I'm sorry. I can't believe I'm getting baited into this. Poor James Harden, who's only had to play in his career, Leroy, with the bums, the likes of Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, then Chris Paul, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving again, Russell Westbrook again, and Joel Embiid. Oh, and Kawhi Leonard on the twilight of his career. Poor baby. He's had such little to work with in his career. Do you not think that I thought about this, you jackass? And by the by, 305 Florida Man 561. Go back and look who's crossed two championships because D-Wade would have a fuller hand if it wasn't for Mr. He had the luxury of playing with LeBron James, who wouldn't back down JJ Barea. But you want to sit here and talk nonsense. by a flop artist. Trickery is what he's built his career off of. And you want to talk about a guy in James Harden who is known for playing one side of the ball, a windsock, against the best shot blocking guard of all time.
Can I ask a question? Sorry. Why do we have to
I-
besmirch
I-
James Harden? James Harden's not saying this,
He needs to be besmirched.
but he's
He
not.
needs to be.
It's not like
Because
he's
we
out
need-
there saying this.
We
stuff.
need
You
to
think?
do.
I think players appreciate greatness, so I think he's saying, "Yeah, D Wade is great. He's one of the best to ever do it." I think that's what James Harden is saying. James Harden's not like Paul Pierce.
He needs to come out and say it.
James Harden's not like Paul Pearson saying, "I deserve to be up there mentioned with those guys."
I want a press conference.
Why? He didn't do anything.
He's responsible for it now. Ball's in his court.
Why?
Which I know what he's going to. You want to know what he's going to do with that ball?
What?
Dribble, break. Step back. Oh, but he's doing it at 35. Yeah. Guess what? When you play half of a basketball game the entire career, you're going to last longer.
Why? I don't understand. Why do you go after like other guys?
I'm not going to do it anymore. JFit, go ahead.
Thank you. That's so nice of you. Well, remember when you thought it was a good idea of the Paul brothers fighting each other?
I did think that was a good idea, and I still do.
Yeah, well, I think that was all just a diversion for their new HBO Max.
Yeah, their reality show.
TV show. And well, you know what? It makes me feel good to say this, but they had an event on Times Square and nobody showed up.
Ooh.
And the very little footage that they had of the very little people that were there, they decided to delete the videos of the terrible crowd.
That's soft. That's soft.
And you know what's funny? It's already been done. It's already been seen.
Yeah.
Well,
like-
they should know. They
Damage
should
is
know
done.
The damage
that
is done here.
anybody who does social media as much as they do, they should know it's going viral that nobody's there.
100%.
Right.
Yikes.
I'm just sitting here and I
Should have just done the fight.
you should have done the fight. I don't understand
Nobody
why.
wants to go see
The
another
thing I
live
don't
person.
understand about the Paul brothers having a reality show is their life is a reality show. Like,
Correct.
if you want to talk about the most unnecessary person to have a reality show, it's Jake and Logan Paul.
Yeah, and also they had to like force very strongly convince their significant others to do the show with them because they didn't want to do it.
Why would you?
I don't know.
What? Frog boy?
My damages done goes to
Damage is done.
Maverick fans, especially the one that you're gonna see in this video, who rightfully so are very upset at their man in charge. But no matter how much you hate him and how much you want him gone, doing stuff like this isn't gonna help.
Fire Nico! Fire Nico! Fire Nico!
Yelling directly in his face.
That's so rude.
That's
Wait.
very rude.
Wait, did that happen to the Marlins baseball guy? He says, you should fire yourself.
No, that happened to Jeff Ireland.
Jeff Ireland. Oh, yeah.
And he
Jeff
called the guy
Ireland.
a bleep hole.
Well, damage is done, my
You
friend.
know it's not helping
Damage
that
is
they see
done.
Luka balling.
How
with
can
the
it
Knicks.
help you?
Damage is done.
How could it help you? You see
I mean,
that?
wait, we don't have that problem with Jimmy. Jimmy plays a role on that team, but he ain't out there like Luka.
They got off to a pretty good start, Leroy.
Yeah,
It
they
wasn't
did.
good.
I'm
It
not-
wasn't good for my mental health.
No, they were winning. I'm not. You misunderstand what I'm saying.
Heard a lot.
They were winning with Jimmy, but he wasn't out there scoring 40 every night. Luka is out there tearing it up.
You're part of the James Harden problem. You know that, right?
What?
You're like, wee points. There's two sides to the game. Jimmy does a lot. Not anymore, though, dude, because the Heat kicked that ass. And by the way, can I talk about damages done for a second? Let me just say something.
Okay, I got you.
Bernie Lee.
Mhm.
Okay, dude.
Ooh.
For you to have the audacity to talk about, I hope last week was cathartic for everybody and that it brought closure.
Shut up, Bernie.
Listen here, Bernie boy. Guess what, dude? It'll be closure when I decide it's closure. When your whole dog and pony show was going on, oh, Shums is dying, using my name, tweet. I'll decide when it's closure, okay, dude? But for right now, all it was a big ass kicking, and you guys might want to keep winning because you guys are staring the play-in right in the face too. All I'm saying is, dude, don't lose. But I'll decide when it's cathartic. And right now, I don't feel that way.
Why? Because they're winning?
No, because it's not enough when you go out there and fake an ankle injury and say, tummy issue. I'll decide when it's enough. He doesn't decide. You fake the beef with Shams to get your client out of here. So you don't get to decide when Heat fans stop being pissed. I'll decide. And guess what, Draymond Green? I'll tell you another thing too, dude. You want to know why we booed? Because we felt like it. That's why. And stop sitting here saying, Jimmy could have left the Heat if we couldn't have, dude. Guess what? He signed a contract here, then he signed an extension here. There was no, Jimmy could have left the Heat and gone to a better situation. What better situation could he have gone to, Draymond? If you're going to get on your podcast high horse, do us all a favor and check what the hell actually happened. Not what Jimmy told you at a Domino's game. Yikes.
Closure not found.
And the fact that he is the favorite for Defensive Player of the Year. When I saw Bam Adebayo cook that ass at the Kaseya Center, and he's your favorite for Defensive Player of the Year? Still in the year of our Lord 2025?
Listen, let me just say.
Oh, I hope it was.
After that rant, don't say in the year of our Lord.
What?
Let him cook, okay? He was on vacation. Let him cook.
I just, what are you telling Heat? I hope this is cathartic for everybody. Oh, I don't know. If you want to, hey, Leroy, if you want things to be cathartic, you and me, don't you think you should be a gentleman and shake your former teammates' hands, say hello? Or do you think you should just walk out like a sore loser and not say anything to anybody except for rubbing Kevin Love's nipples? Love you, Caleb. Smooch, smooch. How about you make it cathartic? Why do we have to make it cathartic? How about you act, guys, I was a jackass. I want to get out here and give him money. You want to know something? It's the business of sports. Fine. But you want to know what else? How about you shake your teammate's hand, your ex-teammate's hand, like a gentleman? You want to know who did that? Andrew Wiggins. That's who did that.
I don't really know how to respond to.
Smooch, smooch?
No, he lost
rubbing
me
the
after
nipples?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I have nipples, Greg. Could you milk me?
like I was all, yeah. And then you went with the nipple line and like, I don't know where to go with that.
I hope it's cathartic for everybody.
First of all, here. First of all, let me explain how real life works. And I want everybody to listen to this. If you have a breakup and y'all cool, then y'all can go into a public place, say hi, be cordial, right? Because you decided both that it was in the best interest of both parties. I don't care what it is, work, relationship, whatever. Okay? But if you leave a relationship and then you come back and you can't talk to anybody and you come up with bogus reasons why, it's because you know you did some dirt getting out of there.
Right.
If you didn't think you did anything wrong, you could go and have a conversation with everybody involved. But here's the problem, and I told you this when it was going on. How in the hell can Jimmy go talk to Bam or to Tyler or to Kevin Love or to all those guys in the locker room doing what he's doing? That's the problem. There's nothing wrong with the trade. There's nothing wrong with him wanting to trade. But for him to go out on that floor with those guys, the guys for the last 4 or 5 years, he said, those are my brates, that's this, that's that, and go out on that court and fail them with how he's playing. That's why he couldn't go shake their hand. It's not because he left. It's because of the nonsense that he pulled while he was here. That's why he couldn't go shake their hand and say hi and say what's up. Because he knew he did some dirt. So, yeah, there's been times when, guess what? When I was out of Baltimore and Minnesota went and played Baltimore, I went and say hi to the owner, the coach, all my former teammates. I have a problem with it. I get it. I understood why it happened. I didn't have a problem with it. I did make a couple of sly remarks, though. But that's me. They know who I am. So, yeah. You can always get, there's ways of doing things. But here's what makes it tough. And I'm going to say this, and I want everybody to understand it. At no point in time should a player give a rat's ass what the owner thinks, a rat's ass what the coach thinks, or anybody in the organization. But the guys in that locker room, the guys that you play with, you better make damn sure that they either understand what you're doing or you do right by them. And that's the problem. That's the only problem I've had with Jimmy, is how he treated those other guys in the locker room after that's my dude for 5 years. You phony.
Guys.
No, it's phony.
Timbo Slices, I knew Jimmy was full of it when he didn't go to Goran's retirement game. True? Backed out? You want to know who did go? Chris Bosh went, dude. Played with Goran for 3 seconds.
Blood clots still flew all the way around the world.
Love you, Kogi.
So, and guess what? From the start of this, I've been pretty consistent with this. I don't know how you deal with the guys in the locker room going on the court playing like that. Same thing I say about Tyreek. I don't care about the Dolphins or Mike McDaniel. But how you go in that locker room and deal with those guys in there, they know the real deal. You got to go straighten it out with them. So that's why nobody shook hands after the game. It ain't have nothing to do with, we're on the other team or whatever. No. It's the shame you felt with how you ended the situation here with those guys in the locker room.
Steph Curry was dapping up Bam. Steph Curry shook hands.
Yeah.
Draymond Green shook hands.
Yeah.
That's class.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'm telling you. It's the embarrassment of how you handled yourself as a professional.
Yep.
You can put whatever twist you want on it. You can say it's garbage. You can say whatever. I ain't wrong. That's why you couldn't go talk to them. That's why you couldn't go shake hands afterwards.
Take a break. Back after this. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Get the headlines here, brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Doral Hyundai, choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai miles in inventory at the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. And remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. Mike McDaniel, speaking at the NFL meetings yesterday, and had some thoughts on being on the hot seat. Here was Mike McDaniel on relating it to another coach that was on the hot seat last year.
He knows my expectation is to be the best person for the job. And, that can get convoluted. Was I the best person for the job last year? We lost more than we won. We were 8-9. There's a bunch of variables in that. There's variables in success. I think Nick Sirianni was, I want to be on that hot seat he was on last year. But what else would I expect? You're not entitled to position, and ultimately, if it's deemed that the organization would be best served with someone else, I'm more on board with that than people realize. I think that's a natural part of it. It's why it's why I was able to not change when the same people are pointing out my failures were hyping me up through success. This is the fastest changing world in sports. Again, Nick Sirianni was on the hottest seat.
There you go. Mike McDaniel yesterday at the owners' meetings.
At first, I was like, okay, land the plane.
That's how it always is with him.
Seems to be some traffic here. We're gonna have to keep.
He's skywriting in the air. He's writing messages with the plume behind him.
Dude,
Karen says, "I hate McDaniel's voice. Just sick of him."
what happened?
Man.
Like a guy that tries to give all the answers for all the questions with the first question,
but gives you nothing.
Right?
But gives you nothing. Just says so many words jumbled together.
Tried my best to hang in there, but I actually don't know what he said.
Luis Benito said, after 1 minute, he sounds like my wife.
Wow. Your wife is catching strays?
Well, no, it's look, my wife calls me when she comes home from work, and it don't matter what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could be outside with a water hose, cleaning a filter, and she'll always have a story.
Well, that's good.
So
it's
today, and I'm like, call you back.
Call you back, Big Spoon.
Oh yeah.
He wants to be on the Nick Sirianni. He's not gonna here's the thing though.
Nick Sirianni went to the Super Bowl before. Now, in fairness to Nick Sirianni, the bums of Philadelphia tried to run him out of town.
They did.
And he won the Super Bowl. Same thing with Ryan Day.
Smug.
So I find this in my world, in my own personal world, I find that to be one of the most hilarious things in sports this year. The two guys that all their fan base wanted to fire won championships. If I was either one of them, Nick Sirianni, the first game of the season, go Randy Moss on him. Just cheeks. So all the Philly.
You want him to do that?
They're gonna hate you anyway. They're gonna hate you on anyway.
But wouldn't everybody's counter to that for the Dolphin fans with Mike McDaniel, and even people who still believe in Mike McDaniel, because I do like that quirky little guy,
Yes.
But wouldn't everybody's point to it be like, well, Nick Sirianni's move was he gave up play calling, he did focus on being a head coach. He did try and change things, and Mike McDaniel is not. Mike McDaniel is not doing that, and I think everybody kind of wonders. With the management of the team, the tardiness, man, he stinks at the challenges, and he thinks he's really good at it. He's very eager. Maybe you could take some notes from Nick Sirianni, and it doesn't feel like he is as willing to do that.
Okay. Let me please break this down for the 1,000th time. Somebody calling the plays is very insignificant because everybody knows what the plays are going to be. You practice all week for situations or whatever. And so it doesn't matter who calls the plays. We have this in our mind to think that, oh, he should give up duties. That'll make it better. Give up calling. Offensive coordinators are the guys that are in the daily meetings.
If it doesn't matter though, then why are so many head coaches keen on it?
Because it just seems like a move to make to get everybody off your back.
But that was one thing.
That's the only reason why they do
one thing
it.
that Nick Sirianni did that he felt like it did free him up and did get him to be
It's an after the fact thing, right?
I
They
guess.
still wanted to fire him.
I guess that maybe they did want to fire him, but he felt like that was a positive. And Mike McDaniel doesn't feel that way because he didn't get to call. He didn't call plays before he came here, and it was one thing he really wanted to do.
Let me see if I can explain it this way. So during the week, we have 3 or 4 plays for this situation, 4 or 5 plays for this situation, 4 or 5 plays for that situation, and formations and whatever. Okay. During the week, the offense coordinator and your position coaches are going all over these situations with you, right? On Sunday, you know which 3 or 4 plays are going to be called. The head coach, even if he's calling plays, may not be in those meetings during the week, but he might at some point call the plays. Everybody knows what the plays are. It's not like every play they're pulling a rabbit out of their hat. It's only one of 3 or 4 plays and formations that they're running. You have your offense coordinator in the ear of the coach. The coach is still may be the guy giving the play over the mic. But that preparation has been done during the course of the week.
I'm sure that it has, but there's got to be some. There's had to be in the history of football elements of game management that has probably changed to do things that are more efficient.
I think when that part is failing, when you start having problems managing games, then I could see how that could help. But for people to say, "Oh, the offense stinks," or "this is not good," or "he should give up play calling," as what everybody goes to when a coach is struggling, I think it's just a cop-out, and sometimes coaches will just say, "Hey, I'm going to give up," just to appease everybody, but it's not really making that much of a difference. It's not. I mean, Andy Reid still calls plays. He's not the offense coordinator, though. I mean, in fact, Andy Reid was getting more credit than Bieniemy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Bieniemy left.
Eventually, yeah.
Right.
Eventually he left.
Right. So, please let's not make that big of a deal.
But like the comp is Andy Reid. Like, you're talking
but
about like the best of the best in the league.
Let's not make that big of a deal about play calling.
But if we were to talk about Mike McDaniel and like the way that he runs the offense and the creative stuff, like obviously he does creative stuff and he does things that people have wanted to copy and things like that. I'm not saying that he's a dope, but I would say if we're going to talk about him as a coach and the things that do have to improve, that most of it is team management stuff,
Want me to tell you what I think the problem with Mike McDaniel's play calling is?
He's yammering.
No, is that he coaches to beat the defense. He doesn't coach offensive football offensively. So you don't put stuff out there saying they got to adjust to us. You're trying to guess what's coming and you make the appropriate calls. For example, going into a game plan going, they got a good offensive line. Our offensive line sucks. We got to get rid of the ball quick and throw 17 bubble screens. You've already defeated your offense before they had a chance to run a play. And that happened all year. And in fact, at the end of the year, he said, I regretted not going down the field more because you're trying to coach something that hasn't happened, but you're predicting it will happen. You're predicting your offensive line's not going to protect. You're predicting I got to get the ball out of Tua's hand. And what ends up happening? Your offense looks like crap because you have gone into it assuming things. Where there's some coaches that say, we got a great offense, they're going to adjust to us, and then we'll make some adjustments. So I think, contrary to popular belief, Mike McDaniel's problem was he was too conservative with that high-powered offense. So just be you.
I miss Wheelbarrow Mike.
Right.
We lost him.
Right.
He's not the same guy. He says he's the same guy.
Because here's what he was thinking. I got to protect the offensive line. I got to protect Tua. How do I do the two? Get the ball out of Tua's hands quickly and throw these little short passes. Now you're in 2nd and 13. You got to drop back, and then you're getting everybody killed.
Mouse balls, Mike.
So that's what I think. That's my only opinion.
That's not your only opinion.
About this.
Oh, okay.
That's the only problem I've ever had. That's the only problem I have with Mike McDaniel. On a week-to-week basis, I can see that, he's trying to protect this.
You don't
he's
think
trying
he's
to protect
yammering
that.
on that headset, though?
No.
I think he is.
The play is the play.
You sure?
In fact.
But they say he has wordy plays.
Oh, yeah. Dude, those are the worst. Like,
but of course,
here's what we do. In the huddle, you listen to your part because you have protection, formation, motion, play.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Once you get to your part, you're out of the huddle. Like, I ain't got time for all this. I don't care about
who has to wait last?
The wide receivers, the ones that got to go the farthest, because then you got those last quick yells from the quarterback. Hey, skinny post. Like, you just like, dude, you just.
They should make play calls, Ryan.
Can I just tell you that sometimes you'll be in the huddle and a play will come in and we'll start looking at each other and basically go, Marcos,
like
we ain't got time for all
Don't
this.
you think they'd figure out the rhymes quick, though?
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. When you practice the plays long enough or enough to where everybody knows the play, you can correct it on the fly.
What rhyme do you want? Like hickory dickory dock on 2?
Roger, line, XY receiver, you're doing a number 9. Let's go on 3. It's really good. It's really good.
Can I just tell
Easy
you
to remember? It'll come out with a flow.
If I put him in a huddle to hear a play,
yeah,
he'd be just floored. Like, what?
Rocking on.
But everything, but the plays are long, but they're all predicated on different positions. So, like, what the line is doing, which way the tight ends lining up, what strength of the offense, what protection you're in, what routes are you running. I can run the same play 3 times, and the backs and the wide receivers will do something different every time, even though it's the same play because of the formation.
We'll take a break here on the show. Back with more after this.
Panthers started Canadian.
560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Hobnob twins are missing again.
Not surprised, my friend.
Well,
Not surprised.
I'm sorry. They bullied you last week, huh?
Man, these were the people that bullied me.
Bullied you last
That was
week.
the thing. That was the thing.
Very rude.
It was Frog Week.
I'm telling you, dude, the frogs are horny right now in town, man. I'm telling you, it is
Perfect
crazy. Let's get to Cat Talk here, brought to us by our friends over at Hollywood Kia. At Hollywood Kia, the #1 Kia dealer in all of Florida. Get the star treatment we want to see at a Hollywood Kia. Visit them online at hollywoodkia.com as the Cats are back in action tonight against the Montreal Canadiens, not the Colorado Avalanche. I don't know why the hell I said that, but they get going tonight, 7 o'clock. You can hear that game right here, 560 WQAM. I think what we got to do here, Marcos, it kind of feels like one of those nights.
Uh-oh. Chilly pepper. Little chilly. Are you still on a hot streak?
Well, I haven't gotten back in the game
Well, I mean,
since my win.
Sounds
but this
like
is a
yes.
different sport. I mean, it's
Yeah.
different, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. Let's see. I'm looking right now. Jameson Olive says,
What we got?
All right, you got Verhage, Barker, Reinhardt, Samoskevich, Bennett, Martian. Okay, no word on the goalie for tonight yet. So, kind of, I don't know about you, man, but doesn't it kind of feel like a Brad Marchand first Cats goal kind of night?
That's right. He got close with the assist.
Kind of feels like that.
I think it does.
And so, like, do we go? Just hear me out. We go
All right.
Brad Marchand, first goal.
Ooh.
Our boy, the Sam Man. Sam Bennett with the assist or Samoskevich with the assist on that line?
So many Sams.
Sam Sketchers is more of a scorer.
Sam's close.
I like him scoring.
Oh,
He's so fast.
So you're going to go Bennett assist? This goes Bennett to Marchand instead of Marchand to Bennett?
I just think that pair, Marchand's going to look for Bennett.
Oh, is it Vanacek tonight? They got Vanacek on the line.
Wow, that Marchand first goal is a lot of.
Oh, you want him to score the first goal of the game?
That's what I thought you said.
Has he scored yet?
No, that's why we were betting. We're like, hey, this might be the night.
That is so much value on that one.
What do we get for that?
Plus 1,100.
Ooh.
Yeah, that is just leg one. It's pretty good.
So not just he has to score the first goal of the game or the first
player.
Cats goal.
Ooh,
I think it has to be the first goal. First
goal.
player to
We're
score.
gonna come out firing. Are we not? Are we not gonna come out firing?
You would think you want a little revenge.
Yeah.
Canadian road trip. You want to spot Vanacek, some cushion. Oh man, this is tough.
This is tough.
That seems greedy, Marcos. I think it's greedy for us to go.
Fair. Hey, that's what you've changed. You're mature.
I think that's greedy. But I think we go Marchand over a goal. I want to bet his first goal.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Bennett with the assist. Okay, on that line.
All right.
You know how hard it is to set up who's going to assist who?
Yeah, but he's
Like either do a goal or an assist. Don't do both.
I'm doing both. You don't think I'm the same? It's got to be him or Samoskevich.
And they can assist on other goals.
What about shots? You want to go shots? Shots on goal?
No.
What about the Sandman over 2.5 shots? Samoskevich. Samo.
You can't do the Sandman.
Why?
That's pitcher.
That's the
I thought
Sandman. Who's the Sandman?
You said Sandman or Sandman?
I can't go Sandman because there's too many Sams on the team. So if I call Mackie Samoskevich the Sandman,
No,
everyone
you
gets
call him Mackie.
I thought they call him Samo.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Isn't it Samo?
Sammy Samo. Dang, Sam's Club.
Ooh, should we go to Sam's Club parlay?
Sam's Club parlay.
Reinhardt, Bennett, Samo.
We get it in bulk. Still workshopping you.
I like it. It's a point. All right. Adorable. All right, so let's just.
You guys can't do a show together because you guys just give each other points for stuff that really isn't that fun.
All right, so Samoskevich over 2.5 shots, or you want to go goal?
Shots is safe.
Shots is safe. Okay, so who are we saying score?
Shots are safe.
Reinhardt to score.
Sometimes they only get like.
I like the Marchand score thing that we have there going. I felt like this is his first goal.
Do you think it's his time?
Just feel like we're gonna go very heavy on that line. Like everyone's gonna have to score on that line.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
I wouldn't mind picking, some on a different line.
Now you're thinking, dude. You're an experienced gambler now.
All right.
Because you are.
No, I'm
Bennett's the favorite to score tonight.
Really?
He's got the deepest odds.
You mean the shortest odds?
Shortest odds. Shut up. Oh, actually, Reinhardt does. I had shots up. My bad. He has the most shots. Barkey?
Barkey's been quiet recently.
He hasn't been quiet.
Didn't he win in overtime?
He did win
Not
in
a couple
overtime. He
times.
didn't win the shot in overtime. That was-
No, Sam Bennett.
Bennett did.
Bennett scored both goals.
Other overtime before that. He- we got to pick here, man.
What about Nick Suzuki? I like his name.
He plays for the Canadiens.
I like his name.
You're betting on the Canadiens?
Suzuki.
I just like his name.
Huh.
Wow.
Is he
A Suzuki in hockey?
Suzuki? Yeah.
Come on.
Where is he from? I made this mistake with Rodriguez.
I don't know. What about
Rodriguez is
should we go
very Canadian.
Should we go friend of the show Gus Forsling for a goal tonight?
Oh, Gus.
I like that.
I mean, he had a blast. Maybe he throws one in there.
You getting excited about just pucks being shot hard.
Plus, yeah, it was fun though. Do you want to go Seth Jones? Seth Jones scoring 2 goals in 2 games in a row with a goal seems a bit much.
Yeah.
Nick Suzuki from London, Canada.
Yeah. There we go.
Didn't even know.
Do they talk like this?
Strange.
Hey, I gotta tell you, it's like I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that you see people and you try to figure out where they're from, and then they talk and you go.
Cat Lord says I roll Barkey assist, Rhino goal.
Barkey assist.
He also says Benny having 2 goals is plus 1,000. He just did that though. He just had 2 goals.
Can't
in
do
the
it again.
game.
You're not
Gonna
gonna
go
do it
again. That's greedy. Now the Sandman.
Ooh.
I got to think this over. I'm not ready. I'm not ready for my bet yet, Mark.
That's fair.
I'm
That's
not
fair.
ready. I'm
That's
not
fair.
ready. All right, we'll take a break.
That is fair.
But before that, Leroy,
Yes.
tell us about what we got coming up this week at Live.
It's here. It's here. You know how much we like to party and we like to golf. The next Live golf event is here this week. It's going to be at Trump National Doral, April 4th through 6th. And because it's at the Blue Monster, they're going big. Join some of the giants of the game and John Rahm, Bryce DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, Phil Mickelson, Sergio Garcia, all major championship winners. They've got huge DJ sets, epic street food, and ska punk legend Sublime headlining Saturday night. Grab your tickets now at livegolf.com. That's livegolf.com.
Looney Tunes.
Yeah. That's right. Why don't people announce their names on songs anymore? Huh?
Are you gonna? When do we get the first Art God Savvy that has the frog?
You know what? I gotta add it.
That needs to be added.
You know what? April, it's coming, baby.
Let me just say, it's kind of crazy. And when I was at PetSmart the other day, right, I was buying a new collar for Sunny Bunny.
Yeah.
And I was like, are they selling poison dart frogs at PetSmart now? Are you allowed to do that?
Are they?
I thought they were very deadly.
Free my people!
Did you guys see the video I sent you?
You sent a lot of videos yesterday.
The two frogs fighting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Those were chunky frogs.
Oh, what do you mean by that, huh? Whoa, really?
He's not under
She
contract.
doesn't have a Lent covenant.
Yeah, Spirit Leroy. Yeah.
Speaking of Leroy, can we get a weather update, Leroy, from the Demesman and Dover Law Firm? YourAccidentAttorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
Partly cloudy. Breeze at about, I'd say between 10 and 15 miles an hour. Some stuff is moving around a little bit. The winds are coming out of southeast. It's weird. The clouds are moving, dude.
Are you in a pickle right now?
You don't always have to give us the wind. It's okay.
That's my thing.
Go outside right now and throw some grass.
No, it's okay.
Oh,
for you.
Coming out of the east. Look at the plane.
Whoa.
Got it.
There it goes.
Coming out of the east, I would say it's about 83, 84 degrees.
That is.
Wow. What was the wind miles per hour?
I'd say 10 to 15.
Wow, this guy's good. This guy is good.
What was it?
85 degrees right now, just like you said, partly cloudy. Winds out of the east, southeast at 10 miles per hour.
All right, there you go.
Look at that.
He's a golfer, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
One thing golfers have.
What's that?
A bag on the course.
Do they?
One thing Frog Boy has.
What's that?
Is a mixed bag.
Don't men have bags all the time?
Well, hey, come on. What are we doing here?
Took me a minute.
I mean, where else can you buy some Rue balls? Rue ball change holder.
By the way, has really become obsolete with coins going. And I just got all these Rue balls everywhere.
Oh, man. I know. I remember when I won my bet at the Hard Rock, I was given change, and I was like, "What do I do with this?"
I lost money very quickly in blackjack. I had a $1 Hard Rock chip, and I was like, "Put it on!" And he's like, "You can't bet $1, sir."
Sir, you need to leave.
I also witnessed his fail.
Yeah, not good. Not good.
What do you got in the mixed bag today, Froggy?
Well, we talked about the Miami Heat, who are currently streaking 5 in a row. The big test is yet to come. Boston Celtics are next.
Yeah.
That is going to determine whether or not your Miami Heat are officially back. This is Tyler Hero speaking on the opportunity to face the Celtics. Here is Boy Wonder.
Yeah, it's an opportunity for us. We're on a 5-game win streak. We've been through a bunch of different obstacles this year. Heading into Boston, obviously everyone knows how hard it is to get a win in Boston. So just going up there with 5-game win streak, we've built a lot of confidence throughout the last 5 games, and we feel like we have an opportunity to continue to keep it going and get a tough road win on the road.
Big word for you, dog.
Hey, I'm gonna say like this. Now you about to take a big bite.
Yep.
Like before, you've been nibbling.
All right, you handed me a golfer here. We're doing a game. Leroy and I are just doing an impromptu game of handing golfer fighter and seeing if we can get the names right.
Yeah.
All right, you hand me some. He's from South Africa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Aldrich Pogacar?
Potgeier.
Ooh. See, I didn't know if it was going to be a silent T. Damn it. Because Dricus Duplessis has the weirdness of his name,
I'm sure there's a lot of golfers, but the UFC fighters with weird names is just too many to count.
All right. To Tyler's point, yeah, I think they do have a lot of confidence going in. That's great. It's a big step up in weight class. I mean, like and Boston is absolutely on fire. Not that they haven't been all year, and they've owned Miami. And honestly, for Tyler, it's a big one because I feel like it's a matchup they have a lot of guys to throw at him. You know, they have a lot of guys to throw at him, and they really try and make his life a living hell. So I think for him and Bam, it would go a long way if they can get this win as far as confidence for realsies. And then you're going to get us cocky into the play-in. You know, we'll see where it's at. Maybe I'm going to start picking the Heat in 5 against the Cavs.
Whoa.
We'll see.
But isn't that like right up the alley of like the best team in the East to have a great regular season and then completely collapse in the playoffs?
It happens. I mean, it happens. I mean, it hasn't happened, I feel like, lately. But, you know, if you're talking like the Raptors back in the day, they'd always choke against LeBron.
Raptors, the Hawks.
Yep.
Milwaukee, didn't we knock off Milwaukee recently as the 8th seed?
That's true. That's true. That did happen.
Hey,
that did happen.
Can you do me one thing?
Me or him?
Both of you. Please don't treat one-offs like normal.
We just gave you 3.
Just gave you 3
I mean,
offs.
it's just still in the history of that's still very.
Remember when the Warriors beat the Mavericks?
Oh.
Dirk Nowitzki went home in shame.
And then they lost to the Cavs.
Who?
Who's that?
That's not the same year.
That was not the same year where they came back against OKC down 3-1 and then lost 3-1.
Yeah. But I was talking about a 1-8, a famous 1-8.
I mean, didn't the Knicks do it to the Heat?
They did, but they were a bit of a fugazi 8. They got a lot of guys
because they had hurt. And they got a lot of
guys back. They weren't a true. But I would say Dirk Nowitzki's MVP year. Remember, he had to get the MVP. Not usually you get the MVP round 2, and he was home already.
Oh, I'm looking at a name right here. This guy we would have fun with. Nate Lashley. You can't have a name with Lash in it.
Lashing out.
Lashing out.
What else you got in the mixed bag, Marcos?
Let us switch sports for a moment to get to some more Mike McDaniel. One of the players who we are. Okay, what's the name? I got to see the name. What's the name you guys just passing down right now?
Nico Echeverria.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Nice.
That's
nice.
good.
Nice.
Not bad though. Not bad.
I think you have an easier time with.
I'm telling you, those UFC fighters.
You know what?
Crazy.
I don't know. I don't know if any Russian golfers.
Oh, there you go. That's why you're going to lose because there's too many Russian.
Give me the
fighters.
top name.
Top name there.
Current flyweight champion of the UFC.
Oh,
Alexander.
Don't look at me like that. I'm asking you to give me the name.
Well, it's not Alexander.
It's not.
Okay.
Alexandre Pantoja.
Oh, get out of here. How do you say that first name?
Dude.
Alexandre?
Say it again.
Alexandre Pantoja. The Brazilians say their things weird.
Oh, he's Brazilian?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, does that have anything to do with Sasha Barkov? His name is Alexander?
No, it's Russian.
He's Russian. This guy's Brazilian. I don't know what one thing has to do with the other.
Alexandre. What now? Yeah. Let me find some more.
You look defeated.
I think you found a good one. Seems like you found a good one with this one.
No chance.
Do you know how to say it?
You've been boxed in.
I'm gonna say Ryu Hisasune.
I think that's it.
I love it.
You can't even confirm.
Yeah.
I think we need to do this bit where we can put the graphics up it too for everybody. I think it's a little inside. We're just having this game amongst us.
You guys are passing notes right now.
No.
What was the other thing you said in the mixed bag?
I got another sport, and then
let's go.
Calais Campbell. Everyone's wondering
Still
what's
hungry.
up with this guy. Still hungry. He's still hungry out there, doing the best that he possibly can to get enough money to secure his appetite. Mike McDaniel spoke on the coveted free agent. This is the latest on Calais Campbell.
Calais, specifically, has is in a unique situation where he's assessing, multiple options as a player in the 45th year of his career. So, like, I understand, and there's a lot at play in that with regard to, all right, so you're afforded your play is high, you decided to play another year. He's assessing those options, and he's a very important he was a very important player to the team last year. And I see him having the opportunity to be a very important player on the team this year.
All
right. So, anyone know what he said? Something about the 45th year of Calais Campbell's career.
I don't know.
No one knows.
Look, I hope those guys are back. You know what? You know what the thing is? When they're back, they're back. If they're not, they're not. It's like
Right.
Well,
here, he's only responding to people asking questions.
Right.
So it becomes a little.
It's a
more
weird
difficult.
dance that he has to go with.
Correct.
But I hope he's back, because I think the thing that I found interesting is like, they feel like they have plans for defensive tackle. What have they done at defensive tackle? Like, they haven't done squat. And
so can I say this is I'm always a little reluctant to say they haven't done squat yet, simply because
yet.
Right. It's yet. And so are we one of those people that feel that if they don't do it now, they're never going to do it?
No, they may do it, but right
Okay.
now it's like, that one is a
Gotcha.
noticeable hole for sure.
Correct.
At least with offensive line, you're like, they did something.
Mhm. Hey, man. Hey.
What? All right, throwing one up here for you. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Okay. Jack Diaz-Melina.
Made him too Latin.
What?
He's Australian.
He did.
Jack Della Medellina.
Go
So
you need country of origin, Leroy.
Yeah, country.
I'll give you country origin. That's
Country
fair. That's
of
fair.
origin.
At all?
Country.
He's not Latin. No,
He
he's
didn't look Latin at all.
In
So
Leroy's defense,
neither does
Neither
the
does-
boxer.
neither
What's his
does
name
Canelo.
with the red hair?
Yeah, he looks like Canelo. He
Canelo.
literally could be.
Apologize, Jennifer.
Yeah.
his nose is crooked too.
He's a fighter. Born with a crooked nose.
Yeah, rough.
And those the awnings. Boxers have the awnings over their eyes,
do.
right?
Over their eyes.
They do.
What's that mean?
What else you got in the mixed bag, Marcos?
Oh, I have the most interesting man in sports.
Torpedo Man?
Torpedo Man. We've got a breakdown of how long it's been in circulation, the newfound fame he's been dealing with. But this is our boy Lenny, Aaron Leanhardt, explaining how it takes time for you to understand how to use the torpedo bat.
Just takes some kind of to the point that I addressed earlier. Just takes time for guys to get comfortable with it. Time for guys to tweak the designs to their liking. These guys have very dialed in swings, and they're very in tune with their own equipment. And if version 0.0 is good but not good enough for them, then we try version 1.0, 2.0. And honestly, I don't even know what version we're on right now. But that's the reality at the highest level. Is it takes maybe that long to go through that many iterations.
Good God, Ellie De La Cruz hit the piss out of that baseball.
Is he like 6'7"? I confuse him and the
And O'Neal Cruz?
Yeah.
I don't know if Ellie De La Cruz is 6'7". I know O'Neal Cruz.
He doesn't look that big.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he is that big.
Okay.
But I know he's 6'5", though. He is big.
Oh, okay.
6'7's O'Neal Cruz. That's the
Yeah.
guy that just faced on the Pirates.
Man,
I was ranting to Leroy during the break, and I'm like, when's the last time I got an everyday player like that?
Right.
Let's just
No. Here's the problem. It's not. When was the last time we had a player like that? It's when the last time we kept him for a substantial amount of time so that we could all grow with.
No, I'm talking about having. Like, I'm talking about like from youth. Like, you were fired up. This guy's coming up from the minors, gonna be a can't miss.
Was that the last guy had to be? Did we get what's his name on the trade that we ended up trading to Detroit? Who do we trade to
Cabrera.
Detroit? Cabrera.
No. They signed Cabrera out of Venezuela.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
No, I don't remember that. being that
Stan
much
was
hype
after
for
him.
I was
Stan
saying
won an MVP.
But Stan got traded though.
He wasn't traded here.
He was drafted here.
Yeah, he was drafted.
Okay.
I remember the hype around.
So
Stan.
Stanton is not better hitter than Miguel.
No, he's not better, but that's the last
You
guy.
right. That's the guy
last guy.
you had this must see
Yeah.
when he was playing.
Prototype.
Give me somebody. And
Prototype
Jazz was
what?
fun. Like, Jazz was fun.
Wait,
big.
prototype what?
Well, he was 6'7" and he could swing a bat. That was nice.
When he was out there.
Okay, Mike Stanton. Remember that guy?
Oh, Mike Stanton was-
Mike Stanton.
Mike Stanton.
Mike Stanton was good.
Then he went up to
Came
New
back
York
in-
and started lifting
Came
supermodels.
Came back. Was the next year he goes, I'm Sean
Sean
Carlo.
Carlo. Okay, whatever.
And then he started lifting supermodels.
That got hit in the face.
He did bench press Adriano Lima. That did happen. All right, I got one more for you.
Good times.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, good luck, dude.
Oh.
He's from
Shavkat Rachmaninoff.
Yeah! Good job.
Whoa!
Well
19 and 0.
Well done.
Impressive. He's good.
Yes.
What is that country of origin there?
Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have helped.
No
That's from
shit.
Gennady Golovkin's country.
They have zero
They don't look alike.
zero black people there.
Do they? Kazakhstan?
I'm gonna just go out on the limb.
You don't know that?
Yes, I do.
That is a good point.
When was the last time you met a brother and said, I'm from Kazakhstan?
Right. That's beautiful.
White people from Kazakhstan.
Huh.
More white people than black people. like they would stare at you like Bigfoot if I went over there. Who's that? Bigfoot. We ain't never seen one of them before.
Jeez.
Anyway, hey, if this has been in the works for a couple of years, then can I just have one quibble with Torpedo Man?
Yeah.
If he knew this was going to be in the works for 2 years and Bendix hired him, doesn't Bendix ask him, "Oh, so tell me, Torpedo Man, do you have any ideas?" Well, you know why they call me the Torpedo Man. I don't know. It's like, oh, Torpedo Bat. We don't need that. Analytics.
Oh, man.
Like, what happened? Why are if this has been in the works, how come we have no torpedo bats?
That's true.
I want them. Or I want Ellie De La Cruz.
One or the other.
One or the
please.
other. Take a break. Back after this. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Get to some headlines here brought to you by Doral Hyundai. Doral Hyundai, choose from over 1,300 new Hyundai miles in inventory like the Tucson, Sonata, and Palisade. Remember, when it comes to Hyundai, the great deals are at Doral Hyundai. Panthers back on the ice tonight against the Montreal Canadiens.
Yep.
Officially from Paul Maurice. Vanacek is going to be in goal tonight. Bob is going to be in goal tomorrow night. So that's how they're rolling with it.
Does that affect our chili peppers?
No, I didn't go with goalie chili peppers.
That's right.
And I haven't gone with anything yet. I still have to figure out what I want to do.
All right. Well, now
Which
we
is
know
what I want to do is bet.
True.
That's what I want to do.
You're on a hot streak.
I feel good. I feel good coming off of a March Madness where like one of the lone upsets helps my parlay and then it stopped.
Literally had one win, maybe.
Hold on.
That's all I needed, JFig.
Let me get a standing.
Technically, I had 4 wins that led to 1 payoff.
Let me get the standings.
For what? The challenge?
The pool.
I didn't do the pool this year.
Let's see.
Although, like, what? This,
So I have.
This is the office challenge you're doing?
Yeah.
I did Robbie's.
I have
For
Florida,
pride.
Auburn, Duke. I didn't have Houston. I had Tennessee beating Houston. That was my only.
Yeah, it was the same thing. I picked 3 1s and a 3. And
Right. So
oops.
Let's see your standings.
Can't say that I really care because I
groups.
have watched Cooper Flag and that's it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I had the Canes coming out of the ACC.
So here's the deal.
Talking to the mic, dude.
I am.
No, you weren't.
Well,
the mic was hitting my beard. I'm in first place.
Do you think if we showed him the video, would he believe me?
Of what?
Of you talking to the table and not the microphone before you just
No,
moved
he
it.
won't believe you because
One of
he'll
these
say
right
that
here.
his beard.
Look, my beard's touching the mic, but I'm kind of
Talking to the mic.
That's so bad.
This one's right here.
This is what I'm doing.
I also like this one too.
See,
Don't
you
forget this one.
you do you know what's crazy?
This one's good.
Here's what you guys don't understand.
Well,
I
what do we
don't
understand?
have the volume up, so I hear you
Probably.
talking
Why?
regularly
But then you can't
because
hear
it's too loud.
Marcos.
Gotta
Huh?
raise,
Can't hear
Barely.
gotta raise volume.
Okay, but you have been doing radio
So what
a
you're saying
long
is you're
time.
neglecting.
Have I?
You've been doing radio a long
I
time.
have been doing.
Marcos.
it.
You've been doing it a long time.
It's quite.
Think I
And
should know
it's not
better?
that it's not that you don't have a loud voice and we can't hear you, but we could hear you a lot better if you talk
Yeah.
Yeah.
right into this thing. Right
I got to move back like the singers when they hit the high notes.
You do.
You're not hitting any high
No, it's
notes,
legitimately
okay?
like the best we ever have you is when we have a headset on you because you can't go.
I
nowhere.
can't shake it.
Pretty good.
And then Steph still does this to me.
So
wait, so I'm in first place.
okay,
Guess who's second?
in the office.
Yeah, Brittany Rodriguez,
Oh.
Josh Appel.
Okay.
Who's M Garcia?
There you go. Not me.
That's not you.
Nope.
Is who is M Garcia?
Minnie,
I don't know.
Minnie Garcia.
Uh,
It's Jimmy.
oh, Chicken Dinner. That's his.
His name is Chicken Dinner.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Who's S Gonzalez?
That's Steven.
Steven.
Nice.
He's in fifth, and then Vlad and B Barnes have no chance because one has St. John's and one has Michigan State.
Where's
they're-
Solana?
Barnes? Are you saying Brian?
Yeah,
Hold
where's
on.
Solana?
Where's Solana?
Hold on.
Oh, still scrolling.
Keep scrolling, huh?
Still scrolling, huh?
Yeah. Ooh.
Wow.
Wow.
He took some risks.
Dude, he picked Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Gonzaga.
You know what? I give him props for at least trying.
Oh yeah,
he tried to march.
He's in 16th place
Oof.
out of 19.
Yikes.
Oh,
Who's in 19 or who's in 20? I gotta know who's last place.
You. The big sack brack.
Yeah.
You just
And
wanted to hear
Aronde.
Pretty good, right?
Let's see.
Big sack.
We got John Holches. He picked Auburn.
To be fair, I picked 0 teams, but I entered
Yeah.
the bracket.
You
Let's
entered the
see.
bracket and didn't fill a bracket.
I just wanted to put the big sack.
Danny's 9th. TC tied
Oh.
for 9th. He got Florida.
TC's good.
So once we get from 1 all the way down to 8 is the next person that picked Duke. Everybody else picked either Florida, Michigan
I picked
State,
Florida. But I,
St. John's.
Again, I just was like, everybody's betting Florida. I'll pick Florida to win.
Right.
I didn't even do the same things that I picked in my bracket. I didn't pick in my parlay. Like I picked Louisville eventually in my bracket, and I picked Creighton in my parlay.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we're not talking about that fraud Amir Khan anymore. Amir Khan artist.
I mean,
Solana's accusing cowardice to anybody atop the bracket challenge. Oh, you picked all 1 seeds to win. Well, I don't know what to tell you, Solana.
but wait. First of all, in order to get to this point, you had to pick a lot of the other games to get the lead.
If you picked mostly chalk, you were right. There was not a lot of upsets this March.
No.
There really wasn't.
Hold on. Wait, let me go.
I would venture to say like Creighton and McNeese State are probably 2 of the higher seeds that have won. There were not a lot of high seeds that advanced.
Creighton and
Arkansas beat Kansas.
What was that?
10-7.
Calipari though.
Drake beat Missouri 11-6.
Yeah, and how far did they go though? They were out the next round. Calipari was the only guy to go decently far. He beat St. John's, right?
Yeah, hold on.
Kudos to Drake though. They started from the bottom.
Now we're here.
Stop it.
-1.
So wait, let me see.
That was good.
Baylor beat Mississippi State. That's
-1.
9 versus 8. I'm just trying to see if there were any.
Solana's very mad, by the way.
BYU beat VCU.
He's not even
No, that's
close.
not-
Though. What is he so upset about? He's not even close. He's close to the big sack bracket.
Why would he pick Zag? Why would he pick the Zags?
Really?
Adam Morrison, dude.
Still doing it.
Still doing it.
I did do that in the bracket though. I was just like, I'm rooting for Arizona. Pelle Larsson and Keyshawn Johnson brought me happiness. Kentucky, like that's how I picked my bracket.
Yeah.
I was betting for. I was like, I hope I get a UCLA UK matchup for the Heat, so everybody can beef. You know, that's how I did it.
But you picked your parlay based off of reality TV, which
I
should
did.
have been how you picked your bracket.
It is how I should have picked my bracket. But yes, I picked it for BYU because of Salt Lake Wives. McNeese State, I just picked anti-Clemson.
There you go.
Creighton just because intangibles.
Yep.
And I forgot who the 4th one was. Purdue, I think.
For the chicken.
I don't remember why.
Heard.
I don't remember why. Tyreek Hill came out and he said that he had no choice but to troll when he was mentioned on Twitter.
Well, no.
I don't think he knows how choices work.
He's like Stephen A. Smith. Like, I had no choice but to talk about it, dude. No, you had a choice. And you didn't have to tweet peace signs to stir up.
He
rumors.
legitimately had, it was the easiest choice ever. He goes, oh, people are tweeting about me? All right, I'll just, like,
Doesn't that T-Mobile guy kind of look like Bob?
Who's Bob?
Our goalie.
I didn't see it.
Sergey
But
Bobrovsky?
Yeah, but he's Lucifer.
What?
Ooh, I like that show.
Yeah.
-1.
Yeah,
What?
that was a big speed bump.
Just a random reference.
-1.
The T-Mobile commercial, dude. That's what you're bringing up.
Because it was just on.
Yeah,
And the
I
guy
understand,
looked like
Jennifer, but
Bob.
you would realize it's well. First of
Yeah,
all,
but-
you just went with Bob, and I'm like, huh? Like,
Bobrovsky.
yeah, cool, but like, no, he doesn't. One, and second of all, what?
He's always distracted by TV. That's why.
Yeah, but like, keep it to sports topics, not just commercials. Like, do you want to mention
I
Heinz
did.
ketchup
I
now?
He sort of did with Bob.
I did wait. I said he looks like Bob. That's sports tie.
He doesn't look like Bob.
Do you know who he's talking about?
Yes,
Mm.
the long-haired, skinny guy.
Oh,
They don't all look alike. Wow, he's got himself a Martian nose. Bob has a very small snout.
Well, I mean, I didn't.
By
see
the
it,
way-
so- that was a nice picture you had.
What are you talking about? They like tall and skinny? Yeah. That's
Their
Bob.
faces don't look alike.
Now I gotta look it up.
Yeah.
I hope you're happy.
He looks like Martian.
But and the thing is that the other thing is that on the show he doesn't have a beard, so it throws you off.
Do you
never
get
saw
on- do
you never saw Lucifer?
I don't know. I haven't seen Lucifer.
You
It's a
should.
good show.
You need another empanada, dude?
No.
You're all right. We got 2 more segments. We're almost
I'm
done.
empanaded out, dude.
Okay.
No.
So you're going to the. So it's like the decline right now. You're like.
I'm coming off the high.
Yeah, like is that what's happening right now?
I'm coming down from the empanada high.
Back after this.
Yeah, he doesn't look
2 a.m. broadcasting live from the
about us, be about trust.
Welcome
Got
back,
to
everybody.
do- got
Tobin
to
and
do with it.
Leroy here with you. 560.
Officially lost J Fig for these returns, I'm assuming.
Who?
I said we officially lost J Fig.
She's been late every segment.
For these returns, huh?
She's a hobnobber today,
I
dude.
don't
She's
even
late
understand.
every
I
segment.
really don't understand.
What do you think she's doing? And she's gonna say something like, "I'm doing the newsletter. I have so much to do."
Someone stopped me and said, "She's always got a story." That's how I died. Okay. Miss you, Washington. I miss you too. I miss life.
Let's get to 15 minutes of heat here, brought to you by Hollywood Kia. Hollywood Kia, the #1 Kia dealer in all of Florida. Get the star treatment. We want to see you in a Hollywood Kia. Visit them online at hollywoodkia.com. Heat, they win 120-94. Bam Adebayo, 28 points, 12 rebounds, 16 points in the first quarter. He came out and made a statement in that game. God, that team is really bad, though, the Wizards. I mean, oof.
Yeah, they are.
Oof.
I think Bam knew this was going to be an easy one. He's like, let me get my points, so maybe they'll pull me out a little bit early.
I think there was a little bit of that. I think there was a little bit of that for sure, especially in that third quarter. Felt like, let's make a point here. Let's get out of here. Let's get an easy day of work out here for us. But I think it's one of those. I think those matchups can be annoying because you're like, they're not playing real basketball. They're not trying. This team is not good. And even some of the guys that they do have that have talent, like weren't even playing. Like, so I think I felt like for the Heat, they hammered them in the first quarter. Second quarter, you can see the Heat getting a little lazy. They're like, we got to get through another 3 quarters of this. And then I'm sure Spo shoot him out and be like, are we really going to do this? You're only up 11 on this team. He pulled the Mike Inglis on him. They're going to get back in this. And then they put the hammer on him in the third, and I really love the game Pelle Larsson played. He's been absolutely awesome. So that's been great. Calais Ware got into a lot of foul trouble, but he did have a sick ass dunk on Sard to end the game. And even Terry Rozier got into the action. Terry Rozier said after the game, he says, one of the things a lot of people don't know because there's a lot of BS that's been going on outside the locker room is we have a great locker room. It's easy to cheer the person next to you. It made my time when I wasn't playing easier when you've got guys very supportive, and I'm doing the same.
Yeah, he's jumping for ghost alley-oops now.
He is.
It's amazing.
Well, he just wanted to say, I got hops too.
He does. He does have hops.
He's very athletic.
I'm happy for him though because it was a rough stretch.
Oof.
He probably got an update in the case that kind of allowed him to breathe.
You think
a
so?
little bit. And he's like, all right, back to just basketball.
I think he told Ira that he's like, none of that has been a factor. None of the outside noise has been a factor.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't understand how he became this bad a shooter. I don't understand that.
No, it was historically bad. Like,
I know.
It was like at first people were like, first you were like, this is bad. I'm like, no, it can't be that bad. Then you start seeing some of the numbers and you're like, oh my God. But look at that.
Because Terry Rozier was a fun basketball player to watch. Like, he was fun. Could he be infuriating from time to time? Yeah, but I never thought he was Dion Waiters.
Yeah.
And it's just been confusing this year why this man fell off a cliff. And the only thing I can go back to is the neck injury, because it's like those things are always weird.
Maybe he didn't have any strength.
But he doesn't want to use that as an excuse. So I give him credit for that because nobody wants to hear that. But I'm trying to look for explanations for the unexplainable. Because whether you think Terry Rozier was an overpay, which, yeah, it probably was. Why you give a first-round pick for that is beyond. Oh, hello! Come on in! What is like? Where are you? What are you doing? You've been hobnobbing a lot today.
No, I wasn't feeling good.
All right, they get out of jail card. All right.
Did you throw up?
No, I kind of want to.
Let me smell your breath.
That empanada's too rich for you?
I don't know. I haven't been feeling that well. So.
All right.
I think the empanada triggered it for sure.
All of a sudden, she caught the Davion Mitchell heat bubble guts.
No, I don't have bubble guts.
That's the NBA
yet.
where you're like back spasm. No, my back. Can't question that.
Zion Williamson has been shut down with a bone bruise in his back.
Another one.
Perfect. I saw today, by the way. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Very interesting.
Sam Amick from The Athletic was on with Michelle Beadle, Chandler Parsons, who I'm no fan of, and Lemon Pepper Lou on their show, Run It Back.
Fan of him.
And he said on Ja Morant's future with the Grizzlies, he says, quote, little bit of the same vibe of the D'Aaron Foxx situation, which is like, keep your eye on it and see where it goes.
I would say this, though. D'Aaron Foxx comes from a different place.
What do you mean?
Just what I said.
I don't understand. What do you mean he comes from a different place?
Not a different
Kentucky and Murray State?
A different situation.
How so?
Because how do you? I mean, the Grizzlies have supported Ja whatever he was going through, even though he's been a knucklehead.
Mm-hmm.
And now you want to feel that way, right? Whereas D'Aaron Foxx, all he's done is ball for them. So him saying that carries a little different weight with me.
Saying what? Like, I don't understand. I'm not really getting the parallel, to be honest with you.
D'Aaron Foxx saying, like, I'm not sure I'm going to sign an extension because of what's going on with my organization. Anymore. That's fine, right? Because he's given everything. He hasn't missed nothing. He's all in, right?
So you'd have a problem with Ja asking out?
Ja asking out after the team kind of supported him, right? Because of your knucklehead situation. Do you think maybe he like is obligated to like at least no?
Mm-mm.
All right.
Do you, Ja?
Okay. And let's see. So the crazy thing about that is you say, do you?
Yep.
Now, if it was any other player that didn't have a chance of coming down here, would you feel the same way?
I think I would.
No, dude, why?
I'm very fair.
This is what happens when you do a radio show. You make up hypothetical situations with a show pony.
I'm not making
He's going to lie and say he would take the high road.
I'm taking one
as
of
long
those,
as we've been doing the show, you've never taken the high road.
Hold on, dude. I didn't.
You're petty.
You would say, here's the thing. You would say that I just like to make things up and I make things out of nothing. I mentioned the Ja Morant thing. We've gone our back and forth on this. But now you have one of the most credible journalists in basketball telling you, keep an eye on it. That's all he's saying. That's all he's saying.
Right.
And you're sitting here being like, wouldn't it be a bad look to leave with all the gun stuff? Like, what were they going to do? They're Memphis. Nobody goes to Memphis.
Okay. Like, I just think you shouldn't feel obligated to support an organization that has supported you in your worst possible moments.
Maybe he doesn't feel supported anymore.
Okay.
Maybe he feels like his welcome has been worn out.
Okay. I got you.
They fired the coach. He didn't like the offense. He feels like they were going away from him. They got some fancy Euro coaches now.
Okay.
You know, maybe they want point guard Sabonis.
You can't have a fancy Euro coach in Memphis. Which doesn't work. Didn't work in Cleveland.
I'm coaching in Memphis. Isn't the guy from Finland?
I don't know.
Who?
The new Grizzlies coach?
What about the coaches that for Brooklyn? Who's the coach that this is a total BS?
That's Toronto.
Toronto.
That's Rajakovic.
Yeah, but that's perfect. He's in Toronto. You know?
What happened tonight was a complete BS.
They're like, oh, cute. The foreigners get mad, right?
Maybe, Ja wants to be in a place that's, a little bit more Amendment 2 friendly.
Can I just say this? There's certain people that are not ready for South Florida.
What do you mean, dude?
Look at me.
What?
You know damn well what I mean.
What problem?
Just too much action.
What happened tonight? This is completely BS. This is.
Here's the problem. I'm more than sure everybody wanted to take him serious, and then we we would have never got invited back because we almost lost our job with the Googles, right? Because I'm telling you.
Date sauce. This is Leroy when we try and have fun. Pinned a red balloon.
That's not it. Like, why? Why? Because you come up with these just unbelievable ideas and plans, and I'd say, no, I don't know, right? And you say, oh, I'm a dream squasher. No, I'm not. You've pulled up in the last 2 days. You mentioned 8 names, and you all say they're coming to the Heat.
I didn't say they're all coming to the Heat. I said I would like them on the Heat, and you've hated all of them. Except for Giannis.
So, okay. So it's going to be 8 balloons?
Yeah.
I'll bring my pen.
Okay.
Okay.
What happened tonight? Complete BS.
What happened tonight? This is completely BS. This is.
Take a break. Close things out on the other side.
The Panthers.
Back with you here, 560 WQAM.
I don't know what it is about me, Marcos, and J Fig in the room over there.
I know one thing about it.
That's a rough one.
There's some conversations that go on.
Apparently, we know way too much about each other, more than we
Yes.
should, really.
Yes. And these two are like 70-year-olds. I would not leave the house without some Gas X.
Yeah, I got that Pepsi AC. I got some Gas X, Alka-Seltzer chewables, normal Alka-Seltzer.
Yes.
Tums.
And then say, Don't
ask us when you
he
need
said he
one.
went to Los Angeles and ate.
Yeah.
He says, I'm a little disappointed. I go, why? He said, I went to an Italian restaurant. I got a steak.
What was I thinking? Stupid.
You went to an Italian restaurant, got a steak?
Rookie move.
Why?
I don't
He
know.
regretted it.
Because I'm dumb. Because it was one of those places that doesn't have fettuccine Alfredo because they would never disgrace themselves with fettuccine Alfredo.
You know,
Why? What's wrong?
I don't know. They just have
There's
stuff
some
you
people that
can't
like.
pronounce it.
So when I went to so one of the restaurants I always go to, it was owned by two brothers, right? One was in Weston, one was in Plantation.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Vignettos or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the one in Weston got sold to another place. So I used to always go to the one in Weston. Dude knew me. You know, I could get the gnocchi, get the,
Say it the way.
gnocchi.
Okay.
I could get they have risotto, seafood risotto with shrimp and lobster. Awesome, right? I go over there and it's a new name, different owners. They don't make, I said, these are staples of Italian food. You don't have them. So I'm like, all right, I guess
Should've
we're
given
done.
them a -1.
Yeah. Like you got to have
-1.
You can't, if you're going to buy a restaurant, in order to get the same people to return, you got to have something similar to the same dishes that were there before. Otherwise, they'll go somewhere else because if that's one of their favorites.
I mean, yes and no.
So you're basically regretting your day because you didn't bring Gas X with you, J-Fig?
Oh, no, she has it.
No.
She was locked and loaded.
No, I have.
All right. So
I
you
got-
feeling
But
better
just
now?
hear these two young people talking about old people problems. It's
There
hilarious.
are a couple of Vic Fangios. I would agree.
Yeah.
I got
Like-
normal Tums. I got tropical smoothie Tums. I got chewable Alka-Seltzer, the standard
Okay,
Alka-Seltzer.
well, I'm not like that.
So this guy has to come in with a shopping cart.
What else?
full of-
You also put your pills in the day of the week container?
Oh, yeah, I got
Do you want to see
Monday,
my
Tuesday.
container? It's so cute.
Yeah, actually, I would.
Do you have one really?
You have a pill
Really?
container?
That's a little.
A pill container.
Are you allowed to have a pill container if you listen to death metal?
little loose.
Right.
You can't have
Yeah,
in
that
the
seems
mosh pit.
like no. Like,
I don't picture in the mosh, but they're like, does anybody have something for my tum tum? I don't picture that being a thing. I'm not gonna lie,
Wait,
J-Fig.
hold on, Jennifer.
J-Fig.
That does not look like a pill box.
J-Fig, that
It looks like
It's
you.
pills.
It looks like you got
What?
some devil's dandruff in there.
No, I
Yeah.
swear.
All right,
Like you
dude.
about to- you about to-
If you just if you saw J-Fig, if you're not watching on YouTube and Twitch, the little locket that J-Fig looks straight out of Scarface.
All right, very interesting.
And then there's those big grains falling.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing?
I think I had a container like that too.
I don't need to bring a pen. I could just use
Yeah,
one of her razor blades.
Pretty sure I had
Wow.
Credit card.
You use a blade or a credit card? What do you use to dice that thing out?
We're gonna do some blow.
I'm pretty sure I saw some of those after he beat the Warriors the other night.
I have a knife that's engraved. That
Are you sure you weren't at Ultra?
positive.
Yeah, she was there selling.
Can we see that one more time?
No.
Dude. I'm like, what is wrong? So these two old people.
Look, I'm not the one that said things that were dragging
Well, now I'm not certain. I
during
think,
the commercial break.
I'm like, who would be proud?
I think the Gas X might be a cover for J-Fig for a different type of X.
Guys, I'm a good girl.
Timbo slices Figgy the Snowman.
Look, if that was even remotely in this container, I wouldn't have flashed it.
So you
on
like
camera.
Snow Patrol?
Maybe you have a confidence. You just hide it in plain sight.
The band?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know?
no. I've heard Snow Patrol. I've heard them.
We work with her. Now you know why I'm gone. I knew too much.
No, but his owner did. His owner did.
Oh, really? Well, now you're connecting dots.
I heard the people in that line of work like to buy parrots and stuff.
I hear that too. Exotic animals.
Look at that.
Mhm.
So they could get high and talk to the bird.
There's a bird.
I'm not gonna lie,
There's
like-
a bird that people mentioned last week that's really cool. What's it called? It's a demonic bird.
A
demonic bird.
Was a black
But
parrot.
Leroy, you would agree, like when we see when she's home with the studio, right? Scooby looks a little on tilt sometimes.
Oh my god! No,
Listen, I'm telling you,
say
when
that.
we went to Vegas when they had like Ultra out there,
Questionable.
and it was 115 degrees and naked people walking around the whole city.
Where does this connect to me?
We're
'Cause-
just saying that your dog looks hot.
So if you came out there with us in August,
Your clientele would have been there.
Not true.
I got into the supply.
you know, he said the bird said, "I know where the stash is," and you're like, "You gotta go."
This is a whole different meaning to Scooby snacks.
Although that show was questionable.
That show's extremely questionable.
They were always high as a kite.
Which show?
Even as a
Scooby-Doo.
kid, I knew there was something wrong with that show.
Did you see the real version of it? Like live version.
The live action version of Scooby Doo?
Yeah.
Except for
that
Scooby.
Was,
What do you mean,
the
except for
guy
Scooby?
that did
Well, Scooby was
Dog
CGI.
was fake.
Shaggy did a lot of stuff.
What's that?
Oh, he's a kite, Raggy.
And then who was Velma? There's a couple of famous people.
I don't remember her name right now, but
I know the Prince Jr. was the
You're very interested in finding back mediocre cast of things.
Very strange. I will give him credit though, because I know he's a superhero fan, and that was James Gunn's first movie before he started doing Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Stuff. There you go. The pride of that.
Why is he taking pride in that?
Gotcha.
You guys didn't have that knowledge like I did.
We gotcha. Man, sorry, Joe. We kind of came in there like a storm. It was a very short.
Listen, you guys were just in J-Fig's drug locket.
no, because
that wasn't even what that break was about. Too.
They were
Mind you, he's
comparing.
deflecting. On
They were
me.
comparing like different types of, and he goes, "Oh, you didn't bring your gas X?
Yeah,
I got some. If
Do
you
you
need
want me
it."
to make a demonstration of what you did during break?
No.
And then?
Yeah, I do actually.
No.
What do you do during break?
No, no. I'm like,
jump
no,
roping on that.
no,
Very strange.
no. I mean, like I was just speaking truths. That's all. I'm like, please, not a man that wouldn't do what I just said.
I know too much.
Popping pills and balloons.
No.
Did you really order the balloons? Because I think that's a great bit. That we should
We're gonna do the balloons.
Yeah, that's really good. That
Are they
is-
ordered, or do you want me to
Thursday.
bring some?
Huh?
You want me to
can't-
bring some?
You
Well,
can't.
Thursday
do
we're
it
gonna be at the
Thursday.
golf course. Is it rude to do that at a golf course?
Probably.
Is it rude?
What about if they're teeing off? Like,
No, it's
All you hear is
it's not a real day.
I'm just making sure.
It's
we're-
pro-am
I
day.
feel like we'd be getting a lot of looks popping balloons on a golf course.
We're not on the golf
Very
course.
We're pretty close.
No,
to
we're
it.
not. We're way away.
Just
from
being
the
at a golf resort.
Wait, we're
popping.
we're not
sounds
louder
like-
than that damn
No.
DJ playing behind us.
All right. I was
There's
just gonna
not
save
be
it
a
for the
DJ that day,
studio.
do you think?
Yes, every day.
I feel like we should. Save
They
it.
do the DJ all the
You
time.
said
Probably
that
look better
it was a
here.
fake day.
plus, I won't be there.
Huh?
Yeah, I want to
said
save
it
it for
was
the
a fake
studio.
No, I'm saying they're not live. They're not playing a round of golf. They're playing a pro-am. It goes pro-am, then golf. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Did we go on a Friday last year? Or
Yeah, we
Thursday?
went
Went on a Friday, so it was we couldn't get anybody because they were really golfing.
So this time around, we think we can get a golf player.
Trust me when I
Yeah.
tell you, there'll be plenty of those containers as well.
Oh. You think there'll be any reality superstars this time?
Maybe.
Oh yeah,
Hard to say.
then we're gonna lose J-Fig.
Possibly. You might lose me.
I think you'd lose Tobin first than me.
Hey, you know what you're gonna lose me for?
Food.
The little lunchroom over there.
And that room is far.
Huh?
It's far.
No, it's not. It was just right inside the door,
It
right
was a
there.
far walk.
That wasn't it wasn't a far walk to the food
Because
because it was the building right there.
It's
mediocre
a walk
walk.
to get there, then to get your food, then to sit down, and then to eat.
Once you knew where you were, I think it was better.
I'm just glad you're not stealing from our professional athletes anymore, Leroy.
That was never.
Who are you talking about?
I know you stole from the Panthers, dude.
No, I didn't.
Yep,
Are we just throwing?
She
each
did
other-
it too.
she did.
You took me there.
Oh, you asked me to.
You
You,
guys-
asked for an escort. You didn't want to be in there
You
by
were there
yourself.
first.
You guys
Yeah.
stole Ryan Lomberg's Chilean bass.
Oh, it was delicious.
Ryan Lomberg was fine. Okay. He
It was
ate.
delicious
It was
too.
fine after somebody took his meal.
And then you tricked me again.
Probably got the chef in
You
trouble.
tricked me again because they had the guy that
Why would they feed me?
they
if I'm
traded Duclair for,
Oh,
and you didn't
Lawrence,
tell me
yeah.
till afterwards.
Well, I didn't want you to have a sour taste in your mouth on them, you know? You got Seth Jones now.
He's like, oh, by the way, that's Seth Jones. Okay.
You got him now.
Really?
Yeah.
Never Googled him.
What?
Are you serious?
Are you
didn't know?
Are you serious right
Oh
now?
my
You know who his
goodness.
dad is? Popeye Jones, the basketball player.
Popeye Jones, known for his
Papa John's.
He's a coach on the Nuggets bench right now.
Oh.
With that jerk, Michael Malone.
Man, this guy looks like his name would be Popeye. Is he purposely making this face in his pictures? Jeez.
That's our show for today, ladies and gentlemen. We will talk to you rascals tomorrow.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
is your face doing this on purpose? That was torture. Like,
That's brutal.
yeah,
Headlines are brought to you by Doral Hyundai. That seemed cold.
we would have to not go in the locker room. They would come and do the hazmat suit thing, right? I don't know what the guys in
Isn't
suits
it a
come.
hazmat?
Yeah, but you
Is
said
has-
something different.
Is it hazmat?
You call it an ass mat.
Yes.
No, I didn't.
No,
Yes,
I
you
think you
did.
did.
Touch my body.
Oh, wow.
Hey, boo boo, we're gonna do some blow.
I'm high as a kite, Yogi.